expected to turn northward, bringing severe winds and flooding conditions to Jamaica. Right now, the Category 5 storm has winds blowing it up to 165 miles per hour. Day 27 of the government shutdown, and if a funding deal isn't reached by the end of the week, millions of Americans could lose access to federal food assistance programs. The Trump administration says they can't provide that assistance beyond November 1st, but Democrats are pushing back.
In Massachusetts, where more than 1 million people will lose SNAP benefits, Democratic Governor Maura Healey pointing the finger squarely at President Trump.
President Trump has chosen to stop all SNAP benefits to Americans starting next week. You know, leadership is a choice. And sadly, President Trump has chosen to take away food from people all around this country.
ABC's Jay O'Brien. President Trump continuing his trip to Asia. He's in Japan right now. This is ABC News. Nearly 24 hikers had to be rescued this weekend from New Hampshire's Mount Washington after a sudden early season snowstorm. Some of them were 6,300 feet up and underdressed, wearing only sneakers in some cases. Others were showing signs of early hypothermia. For the 11th consecutive year, fans of the unexplained gathered this weekend in Little Rock for the Arkansas Paranormal Expo.
The annual event is held at the MacArthur Military Museum, a building which itself is said to be haunted. Organizer Rhonda Burton says the expo checks all the right boxes.
Bigfoot, UFOs, ghost hunting, or paranormal event.
The event also serves as a fundraiser for the museum. A highlight this year was the Bigfoot calling competition.
Hey, Bigfoot!
But sadly,
he's not answering.
Jim Ryan, ABC News.
And with just a few days left till Halloween, candy prices are up, especially chocolate. Market research shows chocolate candy an average of $8.02 a pound. I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. 1 more if you're not physically active. Another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes. Another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger. 2 if you're very overweight. And 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
A new resource hub is available to help support students, staff, and community members after the shooting at Evergreen High School last month. Victim Services Supervisor Courtney Hill telling Fox 31 it's an invaluable service.
It's a kind of a one-stop hub for resources, and it's hard to navigate so much of what is available, or I don't know what I need right now, but maybe in a week I might need it.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, in collaboration with the National Center for Mass Violence, created the Evergreen Virtual Resiliency Center, a website with a number of resources for students, staff, family, and community members impacted by that shooting. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and leaders say today's tour of the Temporary Family Justice Center highlights the effort Broomfield and Adams counties are making to better serve survivors of domestic violence. 17th Judicial DA Brian Mason.
And we've been working really hard to try to do something about it.
That temporary facility opens today. I'm Connor Shreve.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, looking much better out here. They did clear up I-76 on the last crash we had during the drive out near Sheridan. Backups are dissipating quite nicely. Looks like 270 still a little slow, a touch of slow and go. In fact, up through Vasquez, I-70 west from Quebec back to I-25, even eastbound from Peoria. Over towards Penn has been a little slow. 225 coming down the hill from Parker Road, a little bit of traffic, but we're not seeing any big delays. No accidents currently working with traffic. I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, we tell the story of the famed Dilbert comic strip artist, author, podcaster, and everyone's internet dad, Scott Adams. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
High interest rates, inflation.
I
People are afraid when they're selling their home.
I've
And some
had
brokers
other,
are
but not
selling
now.
them short.
That's exactly
There's a
right.
surprising number of
And I
home
feel
sellers and home
badly
buyers who
because I
lose
have
money in contract
a number of
negotiations. They
projects
don't even
that-
realize it.
That's Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Frank is a certified negotiation expert.
I will show you how to avoid making these common mistakes and position you to put more money in your pocket at the closing table.
Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622 with Remax Alliance.
Tired of climbing ladders every holiday to hang lights? Excel Roofing has the fix. Permanent Christmas lights installed right on your roof. These smart LEDs stay hidden year-round, but burst into life for any occasion. Holidays, football games, you name it. Control everything from your phone. Program thousands of different colors, patterns, and effects with millions of combos. Light up your life permanently with Excel Roofing. Get a free quote in minutes at excelroofing.com. That's excelroofing.com.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
Hey.
Cash. That's cash. Enter it now.
Are you ready to hear something that will not only make you feel better, but will actively excite you?
Yes!
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's the Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Monday at 4. Do you think that legalized gambling has been good or bad for Colorado? And if you do it, has legalized gambling been good or bad for you? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. Let's get things rolling with your problems, questions, and complaints. You know, if someone lied to you or cheated you or ripped you off, or you just have an uneasy feeling about something, give us a call. So many times people wait and they think, you know, if I have a problem, it'll get better, or I'll give the guy another chance, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. Then you get a song and a dance, and all of a sudden things don't change. So here's what I'm saying. It never helps to let a consumer issue fester. It never helps. Now, you can avoid a lot of conflict if you call us. We're not necessarily going to get involved and jump on someone immediately. But I will say that you want, as soon as you hear, I love using my little box here, the little tap dance. As soon as you hear that little tap dance, I want you to start taking note. And I want you to think, how many stories am I going to get? Now, let me tell you what I wanted to talk today about. I want to talk today about people who make themselves victims or lend themselves to being a victim. I'm Tom Martino, a consumer advocate for 50 years, 45 of them in Denver. And I've been fighting for people before we had the apps and before we had all of the social media and before we had places to share. Those places to share are of the utmost importance. There are places to share, not necessarily to get information. Advice. Many people want to give advice, and they're not necessarily forums like Nextdoor, for example. I have never seen more bad advice ever than on Nextdoor. People saying, oh, don't do this and do this and do that. And one time I gave an outline of a moving scam. And they told me, here's what people love to say. That doesn't happen. Let me tell you the real story. Or that's the wrong way to do it. You know, sometimes we disagree, right? Our goal's the same, but we disagree. But we start out by saying, you're all wrong. So I am going to ask you, if you've accumulated consumer advice that works for you, just general consumer advice, would you please lay it on me? And then I'd like to know if you are in business and do things a different way. It's called Why Am I Special? I used to do this years ago and got a lot of good information from people on why they are special. And if you come up with a really, really good one, I'll even send you some swag. Now, Bob Logan is with us from Plumbline Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Bob's been in my home several times for different things. Bob's company, I mean. And if you had to say, I don't want to hear the we believe in the utmost excellence. I mean, I know that's all true. I want to know what truly makes you different. And I don't want to hear platitudes. I want to hear you. You got involved with Plumbline years ago. You became an owner, and you're in it. You're in it. What and why? Tell me what areas you're different or why you're different. Just sum up Plumbline Services. I want to know why you're different. I want to know right now. I'm going to turn on the shot so we can all see you.
I'm not sure how to respond to that after
I told you no platitudes.
I know, but our very name Plumbline.
Plumbline
is.
I want to ask D because he's a smart aleck. D, where does Plumbline come from, my friend?
You know, the Plumbline application that I'm very familiar with, it comes from carpentry. It's when you snap a chalk line to see if something is plumb, as in a straight line.
That's exactly right. It originated the expression in the Bible.
That's right.
To do a plumb line.
Mm-hmm.
And what about different? Why is your company different? When you go to work, seriously, why are you different? Or are you just maybe not different but better at execution?
I'm going to give you the Plumbline answer, and then I'm going to give you a very simple
I want to know.
That,
I want to know. And I want people calling me, telling me why their business is different. I want to create a positive attitude for people who do things a great way. And I want to help you get your business off of first gear. Go ahead.
So as far as the Plumbline, like Dimitri said, it determines a straight line. Everything is vertical. There's no wavering, and this is how we interview. This is how we hire. This is how we fire. This is how we make business decisions.
Are you confident?
We don't compromise anything based on social norms or profits or anything else.
It's your internal code of ethics.
Our internal code of ethics. And then, of course, we have 6 core values that go along with that.
Okay, what are the 6 core values? I want to hear them.
So it's faith in Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Ethics, character, excellence, leadership, and stewardship.
Okay. You know, a lot of people, when they hear faith, they think exclusionary. This is inclusionary. What I mean is this, is that when you have a faith, any faith, you include people if you do it the right way. You never exclude people. I always am tickled in a bad way by people who use faith as a weapon. That's not Plumbline. Plumbline means they answer to a higher power. They believe in excellence of service for everyone. And I got to tell you, man, when they come into my house, you notice the difference. You notice the difference.
Well, and
why are they always clean? How do they keep their white? I can't keep a white shirt clean doing nothing. How do you keep a white shirt clean being a freaking plumber?
Well,
no, I'm serious.
You have a lot of extra shirts in the van.
We do have. They actually carry extra shirts.
They do.
And
are they instructed not to have dirty shirts?
They are instructed to look as good as they possibly can on the last call as the first call.
Okay.
Now, obviously, if you're deep into a job, you're going to get dirty, you're going to get filthy. But when you show up at that front door, you should look very clean cut, presentable, and professional. So now I want to talk about one thing simple that makes us different. We pull permits on every job in Colorado that requires a permit. Very few of our competitors can say that.
You're right.
We pull permits on every single job and do things by the law. And very few of our competitors can say that.
Okay. So in essence, you're different because you do things the right way. You answer to a higher power. You believe in excellence and all of that. Now, you put it in practice. What I want to know from people who are building a business, what is your biggest obstacle? What do you find that does not work? I will say that the biggest problem I think we have in business is where you have a company come to your door and you don't even know them and you're willing to pay them up front. One of the biggest problems is giving money up front. Almost every problem can be avoided if you don't give money up front. Giving money up front is a recipe for disaster. It doesn't mean you're always going to have a disaster if you pay up front. But if I took a universe of problems, okay, a giant universe of problems, the ones that will have the most issues are the universe filled with people who paid up front. Now, if you ask people some of the things that some of the reasoning, here's what they tell me, which is the weirdest reason I've ever heard. What you hear is, well, they required it. That doesn't mean you have to do it if they require it. Money up front. There are rare circumstances where money up front is accepted and if done right, can be done right. There are even some areas of contracting where money up front, if done the right way, is okay. But you have to take each and every specific circumstance before you give money up front. I am telling you, it's truly one of the number one problems we have is paying money up front, because then the contractor has nowhere to go but down. If they do the job, they're expected to do the job. If they don't do the job, you're in trouble. If they delay the job, you're in trouble. There are more chances for things to go wrong when you pay money up front. That one thing would cut down on our problems by half. If people did not pay money up front. Any observations, guys? I mean, that's number one.
I got an observation.
Yeah, hey, Tom,
I mean, first of all,
it's also
Doc, go ahead. I'm sorry, Doc, go ahead.
I was saying monetarily, it's the biggest loss. People are giving 5 figures to these contractors. So on just strictly on math, we lose more money by people giving contractors upfront deposits than anything else.
Okay, and I want to know from Bob, what were you going to say?
Yeah, well, first of all, as you know, Plumline doesn't collect any money up front. You don't pay until the job is done and
Right.
you're 100%
100% satisfied.
That makes us unique. But I don't have a problem, for example, if a contractor says, when we deliver materials to your house, when the materials drop on your door,
because there's something solid,
I would like you to pay me for the materials.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing else.
Yeah, you guys
Materials.
don't do that.
We
But
don't.
there's
We don't
nothing
do
wrong with that. Or there's nothing wrong with a significant planning session with an architect or a builder where you get plans to pay a little bit there. There's nothing wrong with paying a little bit. This thing about a third down, screw you. I'm not doing a third down. And by the way, if they won't do business with me, so be it. And, I'm at an age right now and a place in my career where I mean, it's always been this way, but more so now, where I don't care what people think of my opinion as far as what I think is right and wrong. I'm not going to bend. People used to say, well, Tom, what if it's a big sponsor? Well, I have a lot of big sponsors. And if some of them require money down, here's what I'm saying. It's very simple. You have to evaluate it for yourself, because I know this. If a bus hits somebody significant in the company, or if the company goes under and you've paid money, you're out, even if it's a great company. Now, if they order materials for you and you can verify that they ordered them for you, that's one thing. If they started work and planning, you can do that. But I see never a reason ever. And I know there are sponsors on the referral list maybe cringing. Tom, my God, this is the way I do business. Well, all I'm saying is this. It opens up consumers for risk. I don't think you're going to lose money with them. I mean, I love and know these sponsors, but you open yourself up for higher risk. 303-713-8255. This is a show about consumer issues, problems, complaints. Give us a call if you have anything on your mind. And I want to remind you that Compass Insurance, as part of their dedication to consumer excellence, gives free reviews of your entire insurance situation, and it's unbiased, and they tell you if you have a great deal or if you need better insurance or if you could be paying lower rates. It's free, honest to God, free and objective. That's Compass Insurance, 303-996-9000.
Very nice.
We started Henyon and Walsh for people like you, people with integrity, honesty, and loyalty. The result? We care about you and your investment success. We're dedicated
Is
to your
Mark
financial
calling
goals,
in on this,
so we'll
or
always
is
give
it
you our best
a
efforts
recording?
Because you've earned it. We're
He's there, and are you good on Vestera?
Yep, I'll do that right now.
Here you go.
279. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon & Walsh Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
Cold weather will be here before you know it. At the same time, power outages are on the rise. So here's an important question. If the power goes out when it's really cold, do you have a way?
Gosh dang it.
Gotta check out the Avesta off-grid.
God, why the hell? Okay, well.
Compact, portable space.
Sorry about that.
Use electricity.
I've done worse things, though. Trust me.
Is an indoor safe fuel. It's completely off-grid.
I've told you about getting divorced twice in 1 year. That was a hell of a thing.
With Avesta stashed in your closet, you can rest easy, knowing you and your family will stay warm, even if the power goes out. Plus, it doubles as a stove to boil water or cook food without electricity or propane. The best part is, you can get Avesta and a bunch of other free gifts when you order the Winter Prep Special from My Patriot Supply. Just go to MyPatriotSupply.com to see everything included. This offer won't last long, and neither will this nice fall weather, so go to MyPatriotSupply.com today. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
You know, one of the options for investing people do is they become a landlord. Now, that can be the biggest nightmare in your life, or it can be a very pleasant experience if you know what you're doing. Hey, and if you don't know 100% what you're doing, Vestera Turnkey is there to nanny you through the whole process. They help you identify target properties in promising markets. They help you buy that property. They help you manage that property. They help you sell that property. And they have been getting excellent returns for their investors. So if you're looking to become a landlord without the conventional risks and hassles, give them a call and just talk to them. 303-888-3788. That's Vestera, Vestera, VesteraTurnkey.com.
Rock.
Yano, I was talking to a person that listens to the show all the time, and they told me that you guys have become the banker. The fee that you charge is literally 1/10 of 1% for your annuity products, and it includes a 17% bonus?
That is right, Mark. You know, that's the most exciting part about our product. We have very low fees, and if you recall, last week you and I were talking about the impact that the fees may have on an investment, right? I mean, basically, if somebody's charging you like a 1% fee, you're going to have 60% less money in 20 years just because of a fee. So one of the things that we pride ourselves on is having a low fee. It's almost like a no-fee product. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. 1/10.
I love Joe, I love the low fees, but I also love that bonus. You have $100,000 sitting in a orphan 401k or an IRA somewhere. You can instantly start working with an additional 17%. That's $117,000 you have to work with. There's other companies out there that claim they have better bonuses, but the fact is those bonuses you don't work with. You don't get the benefit of those bonuses or the growth of them for years and years and years and years.
That is right, Mark. You know, and the whole idea is not only the bonus is immediate, but also we have a guaranteed lifetime income. And this is really what people need today at retirement. They want.
I agree 100%, Joe. And I want people to reach out to you to talk about retirement. If people go to mymoneymyway.com, go there right now, you're going to be able to hook up with Joe and Jordan, talk about guaranteed retirement at mymoneymyway.com.
For plumbing, heating.
How about that?
That was quick.
That was awesome. You guys are good. If I hadn't
quick,
screwed up,
that was exactly 1 minute and 20 seconds.
That's what your wife said.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Mark.
Thank you, Bob.
He stuck the landing.
Ah, yes, everybody's a comedian. Tom, did you see that moron that emailed us about Sleaze Brigade?
Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Did you answer it?
Not yet, but I will.
Okay.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Just let you know I'm here in the studio.
Yes, I
all by my lonesome.
found that out. Good.
What happened to the majors? Are they traveling again?
Getting ready to swear
We're
at
in
their
Europe.
daughter or something.
We're in Europe right now.
Definitely.
Doc.
Europe. Paris, France, maybe. Paris, Texas. Oh, never mind. The joke didn't work. Shut up. First, shut up. All right. Here you go.
Want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories?
All right, since I am trying to make our new year a new year of non-repeats, I like bringing up things that snag people. And after doing this show for so long, I'll bet you, now I have a good contingency that both stream live and download on YouTube and other apps. So you guys probably don't make these mistakes, right? Money up front. If I can sum up the number one reason people get in trouble, money up front. Imagine this. You didn't pay money up front. You paid for some materials that were delivered, but the guy doesn't show or he delays. You're not behind the eight ball, as they say. Now, here's the bottom line. Money up front is one of them, but there are many other problems people get in trouble for. We can talk about coming up. I have Plumline Services with us, Bob Logan from Plumline. Somebody is inquiring about drains. You once said slow drains won't go away, they're going to get worse. Okay, now, here's the bottom line. Aren't there some drains that are just slow?
Well,
is there such a thing? Just some that are slow?
Maybe some that are slower than others, but no drain should drain slow. If it drains slow, there's a reason behind it. It could be an obstruction.
And it could be an easy, like a plumbing vent.
It could be a plumbing vent. It could be an obstruction in the pipe. It could be that the pipe's been compromised.
And here's what I always say. If you have slow drains throughout the house, then you have a centralized problem. It could be a plumbing vent, or it could be something with the service line, or maybe even out on the street. But if you have a slow drain in just one line, that is easier to deal with.
Yeah, typically if it's, say, one shower or one vanity
tub or whatever,
then typically you probably have an obstruction in that one specific line. It could be a buildup of hair or gunk or just the things that, soap, things that build up over time. And then just getting that one drain snaked typically resolves the issue. To your point, if you have problems in multiple drains, there's a more serious problem, most likely your main line or venting problem. And you should get that addressed as soon as possible.
Okay. On the topic of consumer problems and avoiding them, I talked about paying money up front. That is absolutely one of the things that will get you in trouble. And there's another one you would think that people would learn by now. And that is not buying. I'm not saying get them checked because you're always going to have problems. Not buying high mileage used cars. I'm telling everyone, you are better off taking the money you were going to use to buy it and do a down payment on a newer car if it's 100,000 miles or more. And I'm saying that is, to me, a no-no. 100,000 miles is the cutoff point for buying a used car, unless you personally know the people who have owned it and you personally know the maintenance program they were on, and most of the time you don't. But by all means, not checking out a used car. I don't know why they don't do it. They say, well, they had a 50-point check, or they said they just had a new engine installed. Whatever it is, Don't do it over 100,000 miles. Now, you might say, well, that's easy for you to say, Tom. I can't afford a car that has less than 100,000 miles. Well, you're going to have to find one. Or you buy a new one, you buy a lower price new one, and you use that any money for a down payment. If you don't have credit, try to get a cosigner. But you know, today is a day I want to clear the slate for the new year coming and just tell you the truths that never go away. Now, some of them might be painful for you, but they're the truths that never go away. Money up front, no matter who it's for, no matter who it is, unless you do it in a very special way. Yes, there are very special ways. Do not pay money up front. Okay. And I will go over some of the special ways to do it coming up. Also, not checking out cars. I am telling you, check out a used car, no matter how many miles on it, no matter what the dealer said or the seller said, and don't believe anything if it's not in writing. People get promises verbally, and they always rely on them. And they say, well, they said. Have you noticed sometimes how passive people are? And they say, well, he insisted on this, or he wouldn't let me take the car to get checked out. Hey, Naomi, let's get started with you. We got a cadre of deputies that can help. For those listening, we have retired executives and doctors and lawyers and accountants, and we have active people in business who take time out of their busy day to help us. Naomi, what's going on with the towing company?
Hi there. So I was pulled over and I was arrested for driving with no proof of insurance.
Well, did you say arrested?
Yes, arrested.
How does that happen? How does that happen?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask Adams County.
Okay, no, there's got to be more to it. You don't get thrown in jail because you don't have proof of insurance. It simply doesn't happen.
Thank you, Mark. I didn't know you were there. I didn't know you were there. Thank you for chiming in. So Major Marc Mager, my major colleague. Mark, let's hear why. Naomi, Mark is right. You get pulled over, but you don't get arrested.
It might be because I've been pulled over 2 other times with no proof of insurance.
Did you have any outstanding tickets or court appearances?
I did have one. I think I had a warrant for not.
Yeah, you had a bench warrant. Now, it all makes sense now. So how can we help you?
Sorry about that. So I had gotten pulled over. They towed my car. And when I just got out of jail, just yesterday, I tried to call to get my car out, and I heard that there is a promissory law where you can pay 15% or $60.
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt right there. Not when the police tow it.
No worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, they have
you're 100% right.
Now, that law does not extend, Mark, to police tows, right?
That's correct. Okay. But if it wasn't, for people out there, if it wasn't a police tow, if it was like an apartment complex, but if it's like the city of Denver for parking, it doesn't count either. But they can charge you a maximum of either 10 or 15% and up to like $80. And you should be able to get your car back.
How much do you owe right now for your car?
$500. And so I was thinking, because I have merchandise in there. I'm a single mom. I sell clothes and things like that. I have all my merchandise inside my car. So I was thinking I'll just go get the merchandise and then sell it and then have the money to get my car out. But they told me it's $300 to go get anything out of my car.
And what is your long range plan, Naomi?
For what?
For everything. Like, are you ever going to get the car back, or what year car, what kind of car, or you just want to get your stuff out?
It's a 2007 Odyssey. I would like to get my car out, but I'd like to get my stuff out because then I'd have the money to sell to get my car out.
But won't the fees keep going up every day? Don't the fees keep going up every day? So is that going to work for you? I mean, I'd like to help you, but is that going to help you?
I mean, I do need my car. Like I said, I'm a single mom.
What kind of stuff is in the car? What are you trying to retrieve? Certain items they have to let
jerseys. Yeah, authentic jerseys, collectible items. I have collector cars and trucks and things like that.
Yeah, none of those are going to qualify.
Deputy D, go ahead. What do you have?
3 cases now where people try to get stuff out of their impounded vehicles, like government police impounded vehicles.
Yeah.
And they've always been allowed. Now, I've never worked a case in Adams County, but both Aurora and Denver allow it if you have proof of ownership of the car. You have to show up with a registration and title.
That's what I thought.
Do you have any of those documents that have your name linked?
I do. They actually gave it to me when I
gave you what?
When I went to jail.
What did they
gave
give
me
you?
My title and stuff like that. My title, so it would be easier for me to get it out.
Oh, okay.
So I do have my title and I have my driver's license. I have everything I need, but I'm just confused on where the $300 fee came in to just retrieve
I am
items
too,
from
Tom.
my vehicle.
I'll be glad to call the Adams County Sheriff's Department and see what's really going on. over
Okay,
there.
so I'm going to give this to one of our
I was going to say, I do have the towing company number.
Okay, yeah.
So do you think the local company is doing, if it's a local company doing this, do you think, is that what you think is going on?
That's what it sounds like to me. If everything that she just told us can be taken at face value, it sounds like there's definitely something.
I can't imagine them ever having good reviews. I mean, I can't imagine a towing company in general. Honest to God, I mean, when would anyone? I mean, I guess if you're stranded, but if you're stranded and you call someone, of course you're gonna love them. But God, it's sad. Let's let Deputy D call on this. We need to take a break. And then Rob has an issue with AutoNation. Listen, folks, here's my message to you. Whatever issue you have, get it early so we can work on it early or give you proper advice. Okay, that's really... Go ahead.
But real quick, I mean, I feel bad for her. I'd like her to get her stuff back. But 3 times without insurance. Can you imagine if she hit you and you had to go through your own insurance and come out of pocket for a deductible? Who gets ticketed 3 times for not having insurance?
Well, a single mom who can't afford insurance. She obviously can't afford insurance. You know, there are about 40% of the people out there underinsured or no insurance. It's really
More
crazy. Oh, you think more than 40%?
Yes, that have maybe no insurance, but low insurance, meaning minimal 25,000 or no insurance. I think it's up over 50% according to Compass.
Okay. By the way, waterpros.net, if you want drinking water, reverse osmosis at your kitchen sink, unbelievable price, around $1,200, fully installed, whole house conditioning systems, under $4,000 for softer water for your pipes, for your skin, and for just better overall water, taking out the forever chemicals and the plastics. You don't do better. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. Okay. This is really, yeah.
How's it going, Doc? Good.
I don't think she can even get her vehicle out without insurance.
I agree. She definitely shouldn't be driving, but it'd be. I'd like to help her.
I think she probably. I would guess if we dug into it, I would guess she needs an SR22 and simply can't afford it.
I want an SR71.
I like 71s. Hey, Bob.
Yes, sir.
Did you know that the man sitting next to you on your right, Dimitri, has his own signature smell?
I do know that because every time he walks in, Princess runs after him.
Oh, yikes. Ouch.
I didn't say it was a bad smell.
And it's a signature scent.
Very close to Goya taco filling, but yes.
I raked up 7 lawn and leaf bags.
No, Bob, it's my cologne, a drop of which is in my fountain pen. So when I sign my name,
So I had to hang around
it not
and
only
I
looks
tipped
good, It's pleasing to both the eye and the palate. You see?
I like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem
And that's how
right.
you can
They
tell
should
if a
be able to
check
pick
that
up
you get
as
from
much
me is
as they have.
genuine or not.
Just sniff it.
Yeah, they're tied up, nice.
Not just sniff it, but
They run sideways,
like
so I hung around
lose
one.
yourself in it. Bask
Wow.
in my signature scent.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And Mark is just jealous.
You are your own scratch and sniff.
That's right. That's a good way to put it.
What did you do this weekend?
Hung out, watched some football, played some poker.
Yeah, that's good. You think that Chauncey, what's Chauncey, that basketball player, you think he's guilty about these?
Do I think he's guilty? Well, yeah, I mean, if all he did was run a poker game, I
think that's okay. To run a poker
well, it's
game.
illegal the way they were doing it. But the problem was they were cheating. They were, using.
Yeah, they had some $40,000 poker table that sent X-rays up, and you could see the person's hand. Did you know
Well,
that?
no, yeah, it was also the fact that the card shuffler was rigged, so people, that if he knew about that, that's bad. Just running a poker game is no big deal, But if it involves cheating people out of $7 million, that becomes a bigger issue.
And then you have some gal would go around and offer drinks, keep the guys fed and snacks, and then she would peek at the cards and somehow transmit the information.
Yeah, that's where and then as far as the other thing, that's really serious. When they were fixing games.
When they were what, Doc?
There were two things. One was that they were fixing NBA games. That they were getting players to fix the games. And then there's the poker thing. So I think fixing the games is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about millions and millions of dollars on these sports betting sites.
Right.
So there was one issue where they said this group that was cheating bet $200,000.
I was going to ask, what was the hand? What was the hand? It was probably more than $5,000 a hand, huh?
Oh no, so this is different.
Oh.
What's that? Your hand what? Who? Huh? What?
That a certain player would shoot below, they have an over-under.
Hey, Kelly, no outbounds?
He agreed with them that
Not yet.
he would not go over that limit.
You got any?
They won a fortune.
I thought I saw a bunch in help.
Are you holding?
Do it. And you would
I'm not
think that would
holding.
be a little bit suspicious.
I had
Right.
3 and I left all messages.
Okay.
Huh.
So I'm not sure why they came out with the same, with these two.
So the new software release on the Tesla is unbelievable.
Yeah.
What is it?
They have a new driving called Mad Max. This son of a bitch gets you up and down I-25 and everything's point to point. So you just hit go from your driveway. It'll ask you if you want to park on the street, parking a parking spot, drop you off in the front, go park itself. It's fucking phenomenal.
Golly.
Isn't that kind of cheating?
No, oh my God, not like I did with my wife. I think that sounds great, man.
The Mad Max is crazy. It is just zip, 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 zip. You feel like you're in a slot car on I-25.
That is great.
But I wonder, what did they do? Like, it was already doing stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but now it's way more aggressive on Mad Max. It's a whole new level. So you used to have 3 levels. Now you got 5. You got Sloth, which is like insanely, it's speed limit only. And then you've got something, I forget. Then you have Hurry, then you have something, then you have Mad Max.
You know,
And
I'm
it's
actually
legitimately
like
called
Mellow or
Mad
something.
Max.
Oh crap!
I'm actually surprised for liability's sake that they would name it something like that, because if something should happen,
yeah, I know,
they're going to go straight at that, saying, you know, this is crazy drivers.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, okay, Rob, what is your issue with AutoNation? What's going on in your life? Rob.
Okay, what had happened was we bought used Jeep Grand Cherokee. I mean, this is like our fifth vehicle.
What
from
year?
AutoNation. I love those guys.
What year?
2017.
Okay.
And it only had like 50,000 miles on it. It was in remarkable shape. But within a week or two of taking it home, it started to get a squeak and a rattle in the front of it, front end. And so we took it in for service, and we used the AutoNation Jeep. We got it from AutoNation Dodge on Broadway.
Yeah.
But we have good results with the service department at AutoNation Jeep on Arapahoe.
Yeah.
So we took it there to find out what the noise was.
Yeah.
So after they charged my wife a $250 diagnosis fee, then they told us the tie rod ends needed to be replaced. So we had a $200 deductible on the warranty plan that we bought. So we had that fixed. Well, she's driving it home from work or from the dealership, and the squeak's still there. So we got another appointment, and we took it back. They didn't ask for a diagnosis fee, but now they're telling us that the compressor's out, and that has burned out the struts. So I contacted the dealership. You guys brag about 12-point used vehicle inspection.
Rob, may I ask a question? At the beginning of the show, I said 2 major problems exist that cause more problems. One is putting money down with a contractor up front or money up front for anything. And then number 2 is not getting a used car checked out. Now, listen, why did you not take that car to be checked out before you bought it? I'm just curious. What was your reasoning?
I've never had any issues with anything I've bought from
that's
AutoNation,
not what I asked. Why do you think there could be things lurking that they don't even know about? Was there something inside of you that says, I don't have to worry about a 2017 Jeep Cherokee with 50,000 miles?
A bad decision?
No. I mean, what did you trust them? Like, did they say anything to you? Did you said something about their check? Did they say to you, we do a 10-point check or a 20-point check? What did they say to you that gave you confidence?
Yeah, I think it was like a 10-point check, and they usually have a little sticker on the window that says that, they did their used vehicle service check of some sort. I didn't ask them what points they do, but
okay. So basically, where does it stand right now?
I've been whining and complaining. I've moved up the food chain.
But what is the noise? Did they diagnose the noise?
Yeah, they found an error code from a previous overheating of the air compressor, and they're saying that's what damaged the struts. And the warranty company says now that they're not covering that.
No, because it was pre-existing and it caused a problem. Of course they're not covering it. How much did you pay for this warranty?
I don't know. I think it was a couple grand over the course of 3 years.
Yeah. Bad idea, because you would have had the money to fix it. How much is it going to cost you to fix it?
They haven't given me exact amount yet. Jeep on Arapahoe is trying to argue with the warranty company and trying to get it to be an active alert as opposed to a logged alert.
I don't know what that means. I understand. But basically, listen, let's just cut through the mustard. It comes down to this. Should they fix it for you or not? You bought the car as is, subject to a warranty. The warranty doesn't cover it. So you're on the hook for it. But here's something I want to, this is very important that I get this out. First and foremost, just because you bought it there and just because you have a warranty there, once that warranty won't fix that, don't stay there. Do not stay there. Jeep dealerships and Jeep in general has terrible service. Don't stay there. Take it somewhere else. I have to take a break. I want to know what you think we need to do right now, because it sounds to me like you have a problem. You have to take it somewhere honest and get it fixed. I would recommend Sheridan Auto Tech to begin with. SheridanAutotech.com. More right after this.
Yep.
What does that note mean, Shannon? Mark is doing
Now,
something.
Impact traffic.
Yeah, we're doing very well.
He's doing a Become the Bank.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, I didn't understand that. Okay.
No, I know. I did that on purpose.
Memorial tunnels. It's open now. There's no backups, but definitely 20-minute closures
It's
will
just,
equal up to
honest to
maybe
God,
30 to 45-minute delays. So we'll keep you posted on that. But so
and
far, so
over
good
and
in the
over
foothills
for
and
4
even in the
years.
city. Hardly any traffic, really. South.
Not specifically from
The more
me,
things
right?
change, the more they stay the same.
Heading out of Commerce City. With
I
traffic,
mean,
I'm
it's
Jonathan
just
Steele.
amazing.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of a man whose name you know, but whose story you don't. H.J. Hines. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
MyMoneyMyWay.com. These guys sell an annuity that not only includes an instant 17% bonus. That's 17%, say it's 100,000. That means you have 117,000 to start growing immediately. Maybe an old 401k or an IRA. The other thing is the benefit that it has if you ever fall ill while you're older. The long-term care benefits double that guaranteed money you'll get every month. It's a great thing to add to your retirement. I want you to check them out at MyMoneyMyWay.com. Call them now, MyMoneyMyWay.com.
Every step.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, 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 thank you.
Good morning, Troubleshooter Show. Did you want to talk to Tom and the gang? Don't run off. I'm going to get Kelly to talk to you in a second. Hang on. Mark, do you see our favorite White House spokesperson respond to a text, a question from, I can't remember what news outlet. Oh, Huffington Post.
What was it?
They were saying, this planned meeting in Bucharest between Trump and Putin, do you people understand that Bucharest was the scene of the 1791 revolt against the one of those deals?
My God.
And the question went on to whose idea was this proposed meeting location? Whose idea? And Caroline Levitt responds, your mom. That's it. It's
I gotta find that. What did it just happen?
No, this was last week.
Oh my God!
And they responded, "Do you think this is funny?" And she went on to just burn them in the text. But your mom, that's great.
I would have looked that up.
So yeah, Huffington Post text question, your mom. I'm sure it'll come up.
Hey, Mark, isn't your daughter getting sworn in today?
Sure is.
Oh, what time?
3.
Oh. Is it down at the Supreme Court?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Well, that's good. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bo.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Hey, I've been on the other side of a judge many times. Come on. Hell of an accomplishment, too.
Especially given her genetics with her parents.
Right.
It's amazing that she was able to accomplish that.
Well, being raised in a don't let this happen to you environment does make people really accomplish something.
I got to find this thing. I see all about it, but I don't see the actual audio.
It was a text.
Oh, I see the text.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was via text.
Oh, my God. I was hoping that was
Oh, I'm
audio.
sorry. No, it wasn't in the room. They weren't in the room.
Your mom did.
God bless her. Cuter than socks on a squirrel and tougher than a $2 steak.
She's great. She's absolutely the best. I'll tell you what, that who was that gal before Biden's last one? What's her name? The black
the
girl.
redhead, right?
She's lesbian too, I think. What,
yeah, well,
what the hell's her name? Who is it?
The one before Jean-Pierre, right?
No, I'm talking about Jean-Pierre. She was tough as nails, too. I don't agree with anything she said, but, man, she could get up there and lie like the best of them.
You probably lie somewhere else, baby.
Good morning, Tom Martino Show.
I can stop by after the show at 2:30 and get you paid.
All right, that's enough of that. Let's come
What's
back
going
and wrap this up.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. So on the AutoNation call, it's pretty simple. I think he was lulled into a comfort level because he had some kind of a warranty. Now, he paid a couple grand for the warranty and probably thought that was enough that he didn't need to get the car checked out. Au contraire. First and foremost, there's not one excuse, not one, that is valid for not getting a car checked out. Even when you get a car checked out, you could have problems, but at least you will know about the obvious ones or ones ready to happen. A really good diagnostic service can do that. Kevin Calkin, SheridanAutotech.com. He does a great job, and it's just like $120. But here's what happened. You buy a 2017 Jeep Cherokee, not bad. 50,000 miles, not bad. Developed a noise. He was charged a diagnostic fee, all regular, and now he had to pay a $200 deductible, and he said it's not permanently fixed because the compressor sometime in the past overheated, causing other problems. Here's what it is, okay? Warranties will cover everything they cover. I know that sounds overly simplistic, but that's the way it is. So a warranty is never an excuse not to get a car checked out. You know, we talk about the common consumer problems. Again, this is one of them. Contractors, money up front, used cars not getting checked out, and then others. Like movers and all of that stuff. But Jeff, what's going on with you? We'll get started and finish it up. What's going on, Jeff?
Okay, so I've had my wife, her brother-in-law passed away a year and a half ago, and he has no family except for my wife and the father. The father didn't want anything to do with the estate because of his health. So my wife got everything done through probate, and we got everything resolved except the 401k that he has. And he's been with the company like 35 years. And when we got to the 401k, we started getting it resolved, and then they switched to a new company, Fidelity it was. And when they switched to the new company, we had to start all over again.
Now, what do you mean, Jeff?
People.
Jeff, when did your wife's brother pass away?
A year and a half ago.
Okay. And after he died is when they switched trustees?
Yeah, they did. After he died, the company switched to a new 401k.
Okay, hold on, and we'll come back to this. I can help you with a lot of information.
Very nice.
NBC News focuses on the facts.
All right.
This has got to be a jelly spot. It's way loud.
Well, hell yeah. It was peaking like me in the 80s.
Do you want anything, Bob?
I sure like that Salt Lake City, man. Golly.
Why?
I don't know. It's clean and pretty and
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
yeah.
You know, where they held the Olympics there is even nicer. Park City, just absolutely gorgeous.
It's like being in a postcard. It is possibly the prettiest thing I've ever seen. Now, I haven't left America, but growing up in northern Michigan did not suck. They were always making calendars of that area I lived in. But Park
Rockwell
City
stuff.
sunrise, that is stunning.
When did you go to Salt Lake City, Shannon?
About 30 hours ago or something. Yeah.
Did you work for work or?
Yep. We came back with a little baby ute in our butt.
A baby ute?
Yeah, who won, by the way?
Utah, like 54-7.
Oh.
And it wasn't as close as the score would indicate.
Did you drive out there or fly?
Nope, flew with the team.
Oh, you did?
It'd be fun to drive with the team. Probably smell worse.
Do you have cocktails on the plane?
I'm sure somebody's sneaking something. And once upon a time, I used to.
Yeah.
Before I quit drinking, oh my, I'd drink a 6-pack in the bus on the way to the airport. I'd go through that. The TSA that we go through on a charter is, as you could imagine, pretty minimal. They like shake your hand and pat you on the back just to make sure you don't have a.
Does CU charter a whole plane?
Yeah, it's a.
What kind of plane is it?
It's. I think I heard something about it like an Airbus something 9, maybe. Because it's 40 rows of 3 and 3 basically, aside from the first class stuff. But there's easily 200 of us on the plane.
Wow, they chartered a whole. Was it like a United plane?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, United charter. We've had the same stewardesses for years.
That's expensive to charter an Airbus round, and the plane stays there and waits for you, right?
It might. I think we've gotten on different planes than we left on before, showed up on before. But yeah, can't be cheap. But they're throwing millions at that whole thing. So yeah. And then when we land, there are 4 or 5 tour buses that take us via police escort to the hotel.
Really?
And the same is true after the game. Load up buses, police escorts through whatever city.
Do you guys sit with the players, or is there a section for the media on the plane?
I'm back there with the equipment guys and some of the cheerleaders and whatnot. And there are, when it's 4 buses, I am bus 4.
Oh.
Me and Mark Johnson and the
So
rest of us.
CU pays to have the cheerleaders go on these teams?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. They bring Ralphie, too.
Ralphie has traveled before, but not lately. But we do have Chip, the guy in the foam outfit. He's with us.
Oh, interesting.
But on our bus, it's even got the team doctor, who is a former player. So it's not, and the boosters. So we have people who give the team millions a year on the bus with me.
Oh, you have the sponsors or the alumni, the
Did
rich
you say
alumni?
sponsors?
The rich alumni?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, there's people with buildings named for them that are back there on our bus.
Hey, good morning. I'll be damned.
There you go, bro.
Kelly, this is Dimitri. Are you in the office?
She's not taking calls currently. How may I help?
Hey, I was wondering if the Adams County Sheriff, Gene Claps, is the dude who fills in for Dan Kaplis on occasion. Is that the same sheriff?
Is that his name?
Gene Claps?
From Weld County.
Oh, Weld County.
R-A-D.
Okay, thank you.
Weld County Sheriff.
It's hey Dimitri. It's Steve Reams.
No, it's just
thanks.
all lowercase.
I'm looking for a direct
From
phone
Weld
number for
County.
Gene Claps, and he's Adams County.
Brad at O-L-S.
Well, when I think of the clap, I think of
O
Kelly
as
too.
in
I'm right.
orange, L as in law, S as in Sam.
If they give you a bad time, Dimitri, you
.com.
could call Steve Reams.
Well,
If you can't get through to
it's a different
El Paso.
department.
No problem. Thank you. Okay. Take care.
You trying to get another odor?
For you. And I figured if I
just throw off the dog scent.
I figure if I scrape a few samples from his jailhouse, that would be really good for you.
Hey, Mark, I thought you were at your daughter's celebration today.
Yeah.
No, we leave here a little after noon.
Got it.
No.
Going out to big dinner afterwards, Mark, in town?
Probably. I would assume we are, yes.
She's got a swearing in, and later you've got a swearing at.
It's quite the delay.
From who?
Well, listen to me in the background.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now wait a minute.
Hey, who's in charge of your website?
That is you hearing you through Tom's. So it's double the delay.
The referrallist.com.
It's double delay.
That is.
Yeah. You have a little delay, and then you're hearing Tom hear you, and then you're hearing him hear you.
Are you okay, Doc?
He's hearing you, and then you hear him. You know how it goes.
Tom, it's impossible to find way.
Hello.
He needed Steve Reeves.
Let me see here.
That's weird. Okay.
But it's called Wave
that's
8
the wrong
Wealth Management.
Yeah.
Adams.
It doesn't come
So,
up
Shannon, did they feed you good?
Even when you put the name in.
Exactly.
Yep.
He wasn't asking for that. He was asking.
There's
for
a ring.
Mine comes up.
As what? As.
But that's the wrong sheriff.
Oh, what's
It
their
comes up all over the
what
place.
service are you on? Google?
Yeah.
Not a sheriff.
I wonder if they do it.
I'm
because
trying to
of me.
turn this into a who's on first. Do you understand? And I think
well,
I'm
you're doing a
succeeding.
really good
I
job
am
of it.
succeeding. So many of the sheriffs have crazy names nowadays, don't they?
Your LinkedIn. You see Pat's
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Okay, we're on.
Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show, Major Marc Mager in his satellite studio, and we are fighting for you, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. We're talking about some of the common things that happen with people, and no matter how many times I tell people, they still come up. One of them, of course, has to do with money up front. Money up front. I mean, this seems to be such a major deal. You would think people would learn by now not to pay money up front or only to pay as services are rendered or materials are delivered. Money up front. Another thing, getting used cars checked out. Big problem. People just don't do it. And I wouldn't say it's going to be a 100% guaranteed there are no problems, but it would certainly help. Also, buying cars with high mileage, I can make an argument that you're going to spend more on a car with over 100,000 miles on it over a 5-year period than you would if you bought a new car. You'll actually spend less on a new car than you would on a used car. That includes everything: purchase, payments, interest, repairs, maintenance, whatever. You're going to pay less on a new car over time. And people just make a mistake. They want to pay cash. They don't want payments. I had a mother one time who did this, and over a 5-year period, she spent twice as much than if she had purchased a brand new little Hyundai for her daughter. All right, Jeff has an issue with an estate. She says his wife's brother passed away. So his brother-in-law passed away, and your wife opened a probate, and the 401k is causing a hiccup. What is going on? And what's a 401k is usually a beneficiary document that doesn't go through probate. Was there a named beneficiary on the 401k?
And I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
It's worse than the It's mostly the company that's not helping us, because it changed companies. But then when we started the paperwork a second time with Fidelity, then we found out the only information they could give us was that my father-in-law was the beneficiary. Well, in trying to get the paperwork for him, my father-in-law then passed from his health issues. So my wife had to do another probate for his estate so she could acquire that beneficiary to get the 401k.
Right.
And now we're in this. We're starting the paperwork a fourth time. They got all of her paperwork, but they won't release this thing. They keep making us do more paperwork. We don't even know if this thing has a value. We're sure it does, but they won't even tell us what the value is. And now the attorney that we were using, they won't even let him speak to them anymore.
That doesn't sound right. Are you saying they? Are you talking about Fidelity?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fidelity has a fiduciary responsibility to the client who is now passed, and then the client's representative. But technically, if she can show that she has full rights to her brother, then she should be able to get any information she wants. I want to get our estate planning attorney on to run this by him and just see what he has to say, because he's a great guy, and I think Dan McKenzie Law will weigh in on this. So Kachina, let's get Jeff the benefit of Dan McKenzie's opinion on this. But in general, if she's if she's the personal representative and has authority over the estate, then she can do all issues of the estate. But as I understand it, the 401k had a beneficiary designation to the dad, and his dad also passed away. So now that, I think, is the hiccup, is that even though your wife has authority over her brother's estate, it's no longer part of her brother's estate. It's part of the dad's estate who passed away. Now, how long ago did the dad pass away?
About 5 months ago.
Okay. Now, who was the personal representative named for the dad? Did the dad have a will?
No, the dad didn't have the will. But we did have to go through probate again to
right. So your wife opened up a probate for her dad, right?
Yes.
And she has an attorney. And what is the attorney telling her?
Well, the attorney's telling her he's just getting run around by Fidelity, and the last thing he told us was that now Fidelity will not even take his calls. So his hands are essentially tied at this point.
Well,
and we have put so much money into this in the year and a half.
How much money?
I don't want to.
Wait a minute. How much money? How much money have you put? How much money have you put into it, Jeff?
I've put several $1,000s into this already.
Now, you tell me exactly. You what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? How much?
I would say we're about $7,000 to $8,000 into this.
And how do you know? Do you have any idea of the account balance for the 401k?
No, we had my wife try to get it, and then because my father-in-law was beneficiary, we had him on the phone, and they would not give it to him. And then when we turned my wife's new probate paperwork in for her father's estate, they still will not give her the balance. They told them they cannot verify the account because it's John's account, and even though John's passed away, they can't give it to him. They can't verify him. It's really dumb. It's really, I'm running in circles, and I'm at my wit's end with the whole problem, and I don't know where to go.
Dan McKenzie is on, McKenzie Law. And he does estate planning and probate and avoiding probate and wills and trust. Dan McKenzie, I want to run this by you real quick. So we're talking about Jeff's wife. So let's just say, so his wife's brother passed away. Okay, so her brother passes away and she opens probate. The 401k had a beneficiary designation to his dad. So that's the wife and the brother had their dad alive, and the brother made the 401k beneficiary, his dad. Now, his dad has passed away recently. The wife cannot. What is your wife's first name? I keep saying wife. What's her first name?
Monica.
Monica. So Monica is now trying to get the 401k from the father's estate to the brother's estate to her, or however she does it. So when there's a beneficiary and the beneficiary dies and Monica is in charge of both estates, what does she do? He says that Fidelity won't even talk to them. Do they say she's not designated? What do they say, Jeff? That she's not legal representative? What reason do they give for not?
They keep telling us that this paperwork they sent us wasn't the correct paperwork. They need other paperwork, but they've got court probate paperwork from the state of Colorado. And to make it worse, they keep referring to this beneficiary department, but I'm not kidding you. Nobody can seem to transfer us there. No matter what time we call, it's always the wrong hours. It's ridiculous.
All right. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the 401k to your wife who inherited it, you said, because she was, and did the brother who passed away, did he have a will?
He had no wills, and he has no other surviving family members.
And then did the father have a will?
No.
Okay, so Dan, the 401k went from the brother to the father, who is a beneficiary. Now the father's dead. What do they do?
So it did transfer the father. It sounds like Monica is the personal rep of the brother's estate. I don't know if it's a problem that if it got transferred to the father, it really would be his estate directing where things go. Has a probate been open for him too?
Yes.
Yes.
And they have all that paperwork.
Okay.
I think she's the personal representative for both of them, right, Jeff?
Yes.
And there are no other heirs or relatives. So Dan, Dan, what do they do? What does she do, Monica? What does Monica do?
I mean, the only thing I can think to do really is to ask the court for an order, ordering them to at least disclose what's going on or distribute the funds. Probably distribute the funds. So you do a motion and ask the court for an order, and then take that to them. And if they're not going to abide by that, then they're going to have bigger problems.
So you say they are not going to, but you mean a court order for Fidelity to transfer the money?
Specifically, yeah, ordering Fidelity to transfer those funds.
Yeah, Fidelity is the one everybody has in common. The 401k is at Fidelity, and Fidelity needs to recognize your wife's authority. And to do that, they have to do. She has to do an order. Does the attorney she has he recommended a motion?
No, and I've asked them 3 times if there isn't another legal way that we could go at this, even like a lawsuit to try to get this, and he has not even honored or attempted to pursue that. And I'm just tired of bleeding out money, and I don't even know if this thing has $1 in it or $100,000 in it. I don't know if I just shot away all this money.
Did you look at any of the paperwork did you look through any of the brothers' paperwork to find that, or emails to find if maybe a statement was issued on this 401k?
In all the things that we have, the only paperwork that we don't have anything on is this 401k.
But no one is denying he had it.
There.
Okay, so what would you do, Dan? You would file a motion to compel Fidelity to put up, basically to transfer the 401k.
Something like that, yeah.
And Jeff, and Dan, would it go, because of the technicality of the beneficiary here, would it go from the dad's estate back to the brother's estate and then to Monica, or can she go directly and access the father-in-law?
If it got transferred to him, I mean, it should be his estate now that's receiving it. And if Monica is his only surviving heir, it's going to be her.
So, Jeff, you're gonna have to just make a tough choice here and tell your attorney you want another opinion. I don't know what else to tell you.
Tom? Well, I like what I'm hearing from this fella here.
Dan McKenzie, McKenzie Law. Quickly, Bo, what is your question?
Okay. I'll get it short. Jeff, I think you should fire your attorney and hire Dan McKenzie.
Well, that was the obvious message we were giving. Absolutely. Or another attorney who understands it. Dan McKenzie, by the way.
No, I like what this guy said already.
Yeah.
And I would like to talk to him off the air.
Well, I'm going to give you his number. It's 833-CO Plans. And he's local. 83, and you can find him at coplans.co. coplans.co, all for Colorado. coplans.co. Dan McKenzie, as always, a pleasure talking to you, and he gets right to the point. It's just a very simple matter. Just tell the courts you need this. You do a motion, and then if they don't follow a court motion, they're in trouble. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Renew Home Innovations, the most beautiful shower conversions from that old shub, that's the shower tub combo, into a beautiful walk-in shower with porcelain walls that require zero maintenance. Call them and find out what you can do. You get it done in 2 or 3 days with a year to pay with no interest. Renew Home Innovations.com, 303-904-2000.
Very nice.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says,
quick to these 3.
Gotcha.
Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy by being particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
Excel Roofing is making this holiday a little brighter. Literally, they are doing permanent LED lighting that you can use for your holiday, or you can use for a birthday, game day, whatever. They're architectural lighting. They blend into the house. They're invisible when they're not on. They have thousands of colors, millions of combinations. Excel Roofing can get you an estimate online completely without coming to your home. So go to the website and start out to find out about your beautiful architectural permanent LED lighting. Excel as in excellent, EXCEL, excelroofing.com, excelroofing.com. Hey, it's open enrollment, a very important time for you to take control of your health insurance. And you only have this time of the year to do it. So whether you're on Medicare looking for an Advantage plan or maybe a supplement, or you want regular health insurance, you need to contact people who make it simple and smart, and that's Integra Insurance. They have been helping me for years. They can help you too. They sift through the many, many, many options to find the best plan for you. It starts with a short interview. You talk to them, and then they go out hunting for you. You save money with Integra Insurance, 303-466-5500, integrainsurance.com. Don't ever face an injury alone. If you are in an accident and you need information, the good news is you can get information from John Fuller up front without ever hiring him. There is no obligation to hire him, but he will talk to you. Just say, I want to talk to John. Ask your questions. If it's a good fit, he works on a percentage fee basis as most PIs, but the best part is you still get his cell phone. You can call or text at any time. So start right now by calling the office, 303-597-4500. That's 597-4500.
Thank you for everything.
All right.
Everything. And Salt Lake is not without its problems. I did have to get assistance at a Walgreens to get ice cream sandwiches out of a freezer.
And why is that?
Well, because what is what? Well, because people there are so darn nice. No, because there's still trouble everywhere you go. They have to lock up deodorant. We should just go ahead and hand out deodorant.
Why are you eating ice cream sandwiches?
Kelly, a slow speed suicide does not commit itself.
But do you actually like them, or do you
Oh
just
my God,
get
I
'em
love
to,
them.
like,
And then
chipwiches, or...
No, just like shitty little good humor.
Sorry.
I don't know what good humor is.
Good humor ice cream sandwiches. The least expensive name brand that you can get in ice cream sandwiches.
I thought that was like the store brand.
It's slightly above that. It's no Blue Bunny. Oh, those. They used to have a Death by Chocolate one. Oh man, just saying it makes my feet tingle.
I was always a creamsicle girl from the ice cream truck.
Very nice.
Well, I don't like chocolate. I've never liked chocolate. In fact, everybody I will tell you.
What kind of neighborhood?
Spending a week with my mother was like looking into my future in 30 years. It was like...
Kelly, that's funny. You see yourself in 30 years.
She didn't remember I don't like barbecue. She didn't remember I don't like chocolate. It just amazes me. I'm like, never did, Mother. She's like, well, I don't remember that. Okay. True.
I'm going to go next door.
With the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Hey, there's a suit going on, of course, and you can collect from Amazon around $50 if ever you tried to cancel a Prime and you found it difficult. The government is making a settlement with them for them to pay consumers. You can go online and search that suit to find out how to get your share. If you ever tried to cancel during certain dates, apparently the Justice Department feels they made it very difficult, if not impossible, to cancel your Prime membership. All right, back to the phones and find out what's on your mind, or at least our text messages. And what's the difference between a quick recovery water heater and a regular water heater? Bob Logan is with us from Plumline Services. Bob, that's a straightforward question. Quick recovery of a water heater as opposed to a regular water heater. What is actually the difference?
Well, a quick recovery water heater. So let's just take like a 50 and 55 gallon. So a quick recovery, a lot of times are 55 gallon. But where a 50-gallon water heater might give you 70 to 80 gallons of hot water in the first hour.
Sure.
Because as it's using the water, it's replenishing it. A quick recovery will give you 250 to 275 gallons of water.
Because it reheats that fast?
It reheats that much faster, yeah.
So that's what it is. It's constantly reheating to give you a constant flow beyond its normal capacity.
Correct. It's just a higher efficient, higher effective water heater that reheats the water quicker for you.
And they call it quick recovery. So another one, if you had a 50-gallon tank of a regular water tank, you can get 50 gallons, no?
Oh, yes. You can get more than 50 gallons.
No, on a regular one, you can get 50 gallons.
Correct.
But by the time you get to the bottom of that 50, are you saying that in itself, even though it's not a quick recovery, does recover some?
It will recover some. So you might get, say, 70 gallons or maybe even 80 gallons, depending on how fast the water's flowing. But yes, the water heater will start to recover as it's being used.
One of the things I find incredibly frustrating in homes, and I don't know why they don't address it, are these hot water lines. I mean, you waste a lot of money sometimes waiting for water to get to the faucet. And after the house is already up and running, can you really do anything about it?
You can. You can install circulation pumps. And
even after the fact. So if you have a remote bedroom, let's say, and you could probably turn this on and off when you need it, but you have guests staying back there, rather than literally running water for 3 minutes, you're saying that there is a way to, after the fact, install a loop.
Well, not necessarily a loop,
but a technology.
So a technology, right? Because in an ideal situation, you do have a separate loop.
So as I understand it, to retrofit, what it does is pulls water from the water tank back to that bedroom, and then it's really hot because it keeps it, and then it goes into the cold water side and back.
It's right. It's
with one-way valve.
It's basically recirculating the hot water a little bit at a time. So it's picture yourself opening up your faucet, but you're not actually opening up the faucet. It's pulling that hot water through just a little bit at a time, so that when you do go to use it, the hot water.
And when it pulls it through from the water heater back to the bedroom, where does the water go from there? Does it go back into the cold water side? Okay. And so does that create any hot water when you turn on your cold water momentarily?
Not really.
Because it's done slowly enough.
Right.
That is just enough to keep hot water near that sink.
Right.
That's pretty brilliant technology. And you don't have to do any retro plumbing.
In a case like that, you don't.
Just under the sink and at the water heater, probably.
Correct.
Well,
Yep.
not only, I don't even know if you have to go to the water heater. You would just do like a T with a one-way valve.
More at the point of use, yes.
Is there mostly power underneath? Do most sinks have power underneath?
Typically, they do underneath.
Because you would need some power to do that. Anyway, so for the guy texting about the retro water loop, you can do that. You can install one after the house is built. And of course, it's always better to do it when it's built. And as far as even with a constant flow water heater, which they call, erroneously, we call them instant water heaters. What they are constant flow water heaters, meaning you don't have to store a reservoir. As the water goes through the heater, it's heated to the point of consumption. And they call it constant flow because the water heater has a flow rate at which it can continuously offer hot water. But still, you could have a problem if the bedrooms, I mean, you still have to wait for hot water.
Right. A tankless water heater or constant flow will not necessarily give you water quicker. And so to your point, it's just a constant flow. So it's on demand. You know, you don't have a storage tank that is constantly heating water. It cools down, it heats, cools down like a normal water heater. It doesn't start heating until the water starts flowing.
So as you turn on the water starts out cold, goes through the heat exchanger and comes out hot. And it has a flow rate. The bigger the house, the bigger flow rate you need and the more uses. Because if you have 4 or 5 bathrooms, you're going to need more of a flow rate than if you have 1 bathroom or 2 bathrooms.
That's exactly right. So, for example, let's hypothetically say you got 4 people showering at the same time. Well, the amount of water coming through those shower heads might diminish a little bit because the tankless water heater is trying to heat enough water for all 4.
Right.
Rather than 1.
And some people have actually suggested that you can zone those. In other words, you put one for upper part of the house and one for the lower part of the house, or however you want. You can divide those up into 2 different ones rather than one massive one.
You certainly can, yes.
Okay.
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
Oh, Tom, I was going to ask.
Hold on, Dimitri. Go ahead, Dimitri.
Yeah, Bob, I was going to ask Bob about like what you referred to as a tankless heater. And I remember many years ago when I was renovating my last house, they were always trying to sell me like these instant water heaters or inline water heaters. Is this the same thing that we're talking about?
It's the same thing.
That's the same
but
thing.
It's not an instant. For some reason, a lot of people think that it gives you, you turn on a faucet on the other side of the house and you're going to get instant hot water, and that's not the case.
Right, but instant means the cold water enters the heating system
and comes out,
and it like immediately in a very short period gets super hot,
right?
And then sent on its way.
And that's not to be confused with like I call tea water or coffee water at the sink. These are little electric units that they put at the sink for making tea and stuff like that. That obviously is not that, but and those are just made for very small quantities of hot water.
And what's the cost? Roughly speaking, what's the cost difference between getting a tank and getting one of these, so-called instant heaters, or what do you call them?
Aren't they about twice as much?
About twice as much, yeah. So it, and again, I hate to quote prices over the air because it all depends on installation. But let's say a standard 50-gallon is $2,500 to $3,000. A high recovery might be 5 to 7. Tankless could be 7 to 12.
And is it more energy efficient to have a tankless?
It's absolutely more.
Because
it's only using energy
when you use it.
Demand is there.
Right.
Now we have a question back at the ranch. Go ahead.
Hey Bob, you mentioned that it won't heat the water any faster. What can you do if you want faster hot water?
Well, that's what we were
you on the air about 15 minutes ago, Doc?
Yeah, we just talked about that. You put in a hot water loop is what they're called.
Okay.
But technology-wise, it's not really a loop in all cases. But what it does is slowly circulates warm water to the back bedrooms or to the remote room and has it on the ready when you need it. The good thing about those is you can shut those down when they're not being used. So if you have guest rooms that you only use once in a while, you can turn on that loop system to keep hot water back there when you need it. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Richard, please hang on with that comment for the 401k. We want to hear it. And then Joe's been working with Dimitri on an issue with getting paid. All of that right after this.
Yep.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
6 minutes.
iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and...
Speaking of tankless, I think Doc has a tankless job.
Mics are on. Upstairs. Anybody want any?
No, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Is Tom's stair chair working?
Oh, jeez.
What?
Stair chair?
Tom is sprinting up and down the stairs. You should see this.
Well, yeah.
It's
when
incredible.
you have that level of incontinence, you gotta.
So far, so good with traffic. I'm done. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. So we're helping you with deals on top brands like Scott's, Big Boss, Cobalt, and Brex Decking. So head to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL. Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their grass floor nation. Like your neighbor Dennis. In the process of refinishing my garage, and I turned into a pancake. So I started searching, online, and I ran across Galaxy Concrete Coatings is not epoxy. It's better. First thing I wanted to do initially is wanted to repair where the concrete had eroded. It said we could do that. I said, well, let me go ahead and get the entire floor. Commercial, residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty. They were so courteous and respectful of the home and the property. And when they're done, they cleaned up, picked up, swept out. It was like they were never there. Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world. I would recommend Galaxy over any other competitor, hands down. You take care of it, you'll be satisfied. These guys know what they're doing. We're
What day did I do, Dan? Was that?
Monday?
Kurt.
I wonder. Tepper told me. Let's see. If I kept better track of stuff.
Hey guys, this is Dave Logan here for Colorado Advanced Endovascular. Now, if you're dealing with symptoms of enlarged prostate, and I'm talking about frequent urination, weak stream, or just
Yep, Monday. You're so smart, Kelly.
emptying your bladder, listen up. I've got some great news for you. There's a breakthrough procedure called prostate artery embolization, or PAE. And good news, no surgery, no general anesthesia.
Dum, dum, dum. Do you recall this one with Joe not getting paid?
Yes, that's from May 26th.
Precise.
Good morning, Tom Martino Show.
Today.
Auto accident? Find out what your case is worth. Call Fuller.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Okay, let's talk to Richard as a comment on that 401k. She was getting a hard time being recognized by the trustee because it was owned by someone who was deceased. Go ahead, Richard.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good, man. What's happening?
Well, I've texted you previously on retirement plan matters, and I wanted to give you my 2 cents, so to speak, on this situation.
And for those listening, what happened was the woman's brother died. He had a 401k. The 401k went to the dad who died. She is the personal representative for both estates. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. So there's two ways that death benefits can be paid out to a beneficiary under a qualified plan. The first way is that there is, in fact, a valid beneficiary designation on file, and the plan simply follows that beneficiary designation. When there is no beneficiary designation, which is ultimately what the case is here now, because the named beneficiary is also deceased.
Right.
In that case, the fallback is the language within the plan document itself. There'll be a section in the benefit area of the plan document that lays out the hierarchy, so to speak, of beneficiaries. So what this person should do, the personal rep of the estate, they need to contact not Fidelity, but the company that this individual worked for, the company that sponsors the 401k plan, because that's who the trustees of the plan are. Fidelity is simply a custodian of the plan. They are not the trustees. Ultimately, the trustees, the fiduciary responsibility lies with that company and the officers who are named as trustees of the plan. So she needs to call the HR department, explain the situation, provide the death certificates, write a letter as follow-up to the plan trustees, petitioning them, so to speak, or instructing them to make the death benefit payment in accordance with the language in the plan document.
Okay, that's good. So she can go to the HR department that held that 401k. What if it's an orphaned 401k from a previous job many years ago?
Orphaned meaning there's no plan sponsor?
No, there is a 401k. He left his job years ago and it sits.
Yes. So regardless, it's as long as the plan is still in existence, there are plan trustees, there's a plan administrator. Those are the people who are charged with the operation of the plan and the proper payment of benefits that have accrued under the plan.
Okay.
So even though this person may have died 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and a lot of time has passed, it's still the default, as I say, is
got it.
The language of the plan document.
And she should go to HR for that, where it was originally held or where it was held at the time of death. We have a Joe.
That company sold, though. Don't forget that part.
Oh. Yeah, it did. But the HR, I think, would all inherit the records, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe he does have to go to that previous company. So, Deputy D, what's going on with Joe?
My mic was off.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Tom, from what I can tell, Joe called us way back on May 26th because he hauled some dirt at the request of this lady named Roberta Aragon in Denver. And she allegedly stiffed him, if I remember right, about $565 for the dirt hauling service. So that was back in May, and I'm just kind of curious to see why Joe's calling us now.
Oh.
Now, at the time, I have to tell you, I wasn't able to resolve this matter because Ms. Aragon didn't return any of my phone calls. Now, I do have her phone number, and I have her email address, and I even have her actual physical address. So I'll be more than happy to start following up again. But hopefully Joe has an interesting update for us to see.
Yeah, so you didn't know he was calling in. What are you calling about, sir?
Hey, guys. Thank you very much for everything you guys do. You've helped a lot. And I'm not sure where that May time frame is coming from, because it hasn't been that long. I don't think, don't think it's been that long, because I just sent her a letter from your guys' suggestions. It's a certified mail with a intent to lien. I just received it back, and it says, not able to deliver. I sat over there for a while and staked it out, and seen her walk out of that house, took a couple pictures of her.
Joe, are we still talking about
her mother's house?
Did I get the correct case? This was Roberta, and this is the West 11th Avenue address. Okay, so that was your call. You and I first spoke on May 26th. So it sounds like Roberta is not picking up her certified mail. That's really what it sounds like. But it might be too late to lien this property anyway. We're at the end of October now.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. So you're still owed the money?
Yeah. And it's just the principle of the idea, $600. It's
$600 more is more than just the principle. That's a lot of money.
This is what small claims court was made for.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
And then how do I serve her though? She's so ghosty. I can't even get her to answer.
Ghosty. I like that term, ghosty.
I had a ghosty defendant earlier this year. And Joe, it's pretty simple. So this isn't legal advice. All I'm describing is what I did and why it worked for me in Denver. But if you go to the Denver County courts,
we got to. I'm sorry, Shannon's saying we must take a break.
Okay,
we'll come right back and continue that thought right after this.
Thank you.
Now, impact traffic.
Now, it's been a pretty light drive out here. I'm seeing some slowing in areas to the east, and that would include Pena. Actually, a little busy coming out of the airport from E470 and eventually back on to I-70. I-70 eastbound from Peoria through Pena has been slow, and then further east with construction work basically between Tower and E470. It's kind of bogged down a little bit anyway. It's not like a big delay right now. The volume said...
Mark has run off, so it's just you for the last 90 seconds.
Shapes up going into the afternoon, but so far so good with traffic. I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
So we hear about people who buy used cars without getting them checked. We hear about the problems they have. Please do everything you can to protect yourself with SheridanAutotech.com. For $120, they take 2 hours and go through your whole car, the codes, the computer, and the engine, and the body to make sure there are no glaring problems or any hidden defects or problems. SheridanAutotech.com. They also do regular repair and maintenance, of course, including electrical for any and all cars. I go there. You should too. On Colfax, west of Wadsworth. Wonderful parking, great secure facility. SheridanAutotech.com. Uncle Kevin will treat you like family. 303-455-7242. Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, and he can handle problems you have. Please don't try to do it yourself. Joseph A. Lazara, Lazzara. If you're accused of a crime, made a stupid mistake, falsely accused, whatever it is, Lazara can consult with you free of charge, always up front, and then a flat rate price for your case. It doesn't get any more simple than that. Lazara, Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com, 303-421-6200. No, that's 429. I'm sorry. 303-429-6200. That's 429-6200.
Thank you. Well, it was just a pleasure working with you today, Kelly.
Well, it's always a pleasure working with you every day, Shannon.
Okay, now I just don't trust anything you ever do or say.
Okay.
Lost all credibility on that one sentence.
Okay.
With our specialized marketing knowledge, we aggressively implement the most advanced, innovative, and proactive marketing plan you can imagine. Do not hesitate to call 303-920-1622. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of pay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack. See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Don't assume things will simply renew as they are. Expect major changes in both coverage and premiums. That's why you need the help of licensed professionals. Integra Insurance. Sift through the maze of choices to find the right one for you. They're the ones I use. Integra Insurance. 303-466-5500. IntegraInsurance.com. 303-466-5500. We started Henry & Walsh for people like you. Honesty and loyalty. The result? It's about that time. About you and your success. You're dedicated to your financial
Yeah. But then it'll be that time again. Then we'll have that time again later on.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Playing leapfrog is crazy. You're about to get a pair of nuts in the back of your head. That's what's going to happen playing leapfrog. But 1:15. Dummy has run off to swear at his daughter, or swearing in, or swearing at, or something, right? And so I had him record a Become the Banker.
Oh, okay.
But I put it in the log, just one of my spots, as sports number 3.
Beautiful. As long as it plays Become a Banker, I don't care.
Well, that way. Oh, here we go.
Start listening today.
Hi, Tom Martino here. We're running out of time for this hour, but let's go to the phones and find out. Joe, so where did we leave this? Did you look it up?
Did I look up what to do? Yeah. So, Joe, very briefly, it'll take me less than a minute and a half to tell you. You go to the Denver County Court website and you download this form called JDF 250. And it's a multi-page package that tells you how to fill out the small claims paperwork, how many copies to print and bring with you to the courthouse. And then you show up at the courthouse, you pay them, I think it was $45 or $55, depending how big your claim is. And then, since you have this ghostly defendant, I'll tell you what, you go to a place called Pike Reporting downtown.
I want to hear about this.
Yeah.
This is how to serve someone.
This is how I serve
elusive.
ghostly defendants.
All right, ghostly defendants and serving them coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Get your calls in right now, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466, or 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Hey, we were having our own show in here and didn't hear. Are you done with this guy?
Yeah, we're done with him. He can still listen, though, because Dimitri's going to give some information on ghostly defendants. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling,
No,
Joe.
when we
We're
come
going to
out-
give
when we come
you
back, for
some
sure.
additional information, so keep listening, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Did you just bro, Kelly?
Doc, there's some bagels out there.
Are there?
Yeah, I think I might grab one. I'm gonna ask him.
You think he's listening and or talking to us?
Somebody's birthday. There's a lot of places.
Start the show. He was trying to ask. Who the hell's the guy, the guest? Bob?
Make sure.
He's trying to ask Bob some questions about the industry, and then he wouldn't stop answering those questions.
That's a very Tom thing to do.
Oh my God. You don't need us, goddammit. You've seen his video.
Shannon did kind of have a little conniption over that whole thing.
Dr. Ken Manson calling. I got a bill for a shipment.
But it was offset by the fact that you had such a good time in Salt Lake.
Which I didn't order, and I don't need. The shipment did not come. So basically, I've been billed for something that didn't arrive. I appreciate it.
But first, let me show you how racist
Reverse the charge, as I never received the
You know,
medication.
I consume a lot of racist content. But
Hello?
this is really bad as it gets. Are you ready?
Good. Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Yep.
I will try them again.
Super quick.
See what we can do.
Okay, so we're all together. We're all one big happy family.
Yeah. I will try again.
This is a grocery store in Salt Lake that I make a pilgrimage to every time I'm there, called Harmon's.
It's so awesome.
Look at how their nanners are hung.
No, my
you were excited?
my dad and my stepmom lives in Utah, so.
And they
we
go?
Yeah.
Oh, I tear up every time I'm there. It's so pretty, so well stocked. Look at even the plastic bags are just perfectly.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't charge for them.
No, the bags just come.
Yeah.
Although every time I'm there, I buy 2 perma bags.
And they're the good plastic bags like you get at Ralph's.
They're not like the 25-cent ones that they
Right.
get you for.
Yeah.
I mean, they're close, but they're good at least.
They're pretty good.
The Walgreens bags I got tore by the time I got to the hotel room. But that's fine. At least it's I said that to some guy, a homeless guy in Fort Worth. I'm coming out of the Walgreens with some ice cream. I shouldn't have. And he's like, "Sir, can you spare some change?" I said, "No, I don't have any. It's all a cashless society now. You need to get a card reader." But I said, what's happening here is they just let me leave with plastic bags. I'm from Colorado. We don't have plastic bags.
Right.
Here.
This is.
You should be blessed for where you are sleeping on the street. God bless Texas. And but these homeless guys look at me. You're like, "Sir, go away. Sir, get away from me."
That would be interesting to see, like an undercover operation of people like following Shannon just to see who he interacts with.
Shit, crazy. Who did I encountered a guy in the streets this time trying to ask me for money? I said, "You wouldn't know it to look at me. I've been homeless since 2018." Now I said I carry myself well,
Right, but I have lost a lot of weight. But I have kept a lot of it off.
But seriously, can you imagine going with him to Golden Corral and having like an undercover camera to see?
Fun. I do okay. I'm hugging waitresses and stuff. They like the old guys.
Why do I believe that?
Because it's true.
For some reason, Brenda's sharing with me a story about threesomes. Whatever.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Just hang on to that.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
had to tell her, and it's in my phone somewhere. I took a picture of it. There was a throuple sitting across from me to Golden Corral sometime last year, and I heard them not plainly, but obviously discussing what
Come on, man. You did a bagel.
and all I could think was, on a full stomach? God damn, you three! Get out
That's
of it!
adventurous.
And they were a skosh older than me.
Oh,
now
well,
we're
they
back.
usually are. Have you seen like the ads for Sister Wives or whatever the hell it is?
You
Where
know
the
what?
guy has like 4 wives or whatever, and they're all from Utah.
It's the only reason I should get in shape. I want to be one of the few guys living at the retirement home.
Yeah,
Because
there
it
you
is
go.
nothing but casseroles and cooters. You know that, man.
Get it.
Yeah, rock skating starting up once again on I-70.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you, bro. Thank you.
What's the real premium?
Oh, yeah.
Heavy cream is where it's at. And there's also filtered water up there, as you know.
Yes.
Mhm. Right. Bob, so what about well water? Do you install systems that will eliminate bacteria and, any kind of infectious agents in there?
We do. Yeah. And just because you're the well doesn't necessarily mean that it's a special system.
Mm-hmm.
Standard systems that are checking sulfate content.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with that iron? Oh, okay. You just don't want it. Just okay.
Yeah, I mean, you get like calcium, magnesium, they're not necessarily
They'll build up. But what about bacteria? You're not worried about that? There's no need.
Oh, yeah, that's the biggest thing is the bacteria. All the impurities.
Yeah.
The sediments.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, so you just filter it. You don't necessarily kill the bacteria. They're stopped by the filter. Oh, good. Okay.
KHOW.
Ripped off. It's just bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, and I welcome you to the show where we are trying to make your life a little easier, as I've been doing for 45 years, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life just a little easier. And you can call us at 303-713-TALK when we're on the air with iHeart, 713-8255, or 24/7. This number works when we're on the air as well, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. If you're streaming the show, you'll see in the studio, I got Deputy D here, and I got also to my right, Bob Logan from Plumline Services, and we have Deputy Doc, I believe, back at the studio. Is Bo back at the studio as well?
Yes, I'm here. You got a twosome going.
Deputy, but you guys working on anything particular right now?
Not right now.
Okay. Something, I was traveling over the weekend, and I went back to New York for a wedding, and I got a lot of observations to make. But one thing is for absolutely sure that I noticed. My phone can go 2 days or more sometimes without charging it here. And when I'm traveling, my battery goes to hell fast when I'm traveling. And I don't know why. Now, I even tried, which helped a little. I turned off Wi-Fi because if Wi-Fi is on and you're not connected to Wi-Fi, it's constantly searching. That takes energy. I also turned off Bluetooth. Again, if Bluetooth is on, but you're not connected to anything Bluetooth, there's no reason to keep it on, and it needlessly drains some energy. But other than that, I didn't know what to do. Because you need a phone for ride sharing, I use it for, or when we're walking the city, I like having that map up for obscure places, and it gives you a walking map. As you know, Google Maps can give you a walking map or a driving map or a public transportation map. But why do you think phones die so much? I'm going to ask my YouTube morons as well. They fancy themselves smart, especially the likes of, I won't single them out, but they think they're really smart. Why?
Tom, I've observed the same thing when I travel. And like you, I turn off the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi and all that. And it still depletes the battery much faster. I think so. My theory is that it's constantly searching for a network. It's roaming, right? They don't use that word anymore, but it's connecting and reconnecting and disconnecting from tons and tons of networks as you go along. It could be that those networks require more data transfer, more check-ins, more handshakes than your home network does with a phone that belongs to it.
Yeah, that could be that when you're in your home territory, it locks onto your network and keeps it. When you're not, it doesn't recognize any one particular network as your home network, and it might be roaming. It might be. I know that it's disconcerting. I say, wow, why the hell is my phone going so low so quickly? And Bob, did you ever find that when you're traveling? Did you ever find as far as your battery, or you don't depend on your phone that much?
No, I live and die with this phone.
I know it.
Yes.
Anyway, I also noticed something else. And again, I don't want to point fingers, but I swear to God that I've noticed something from California to New York. Okay. I'm just going to say it. The farther east I got, the more I found need for dental cleanings. I think West Coast people are obsessed with their looks. We have a pretty good, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm a bugaboo about oral care, and I can tell when somebody neglects themselves. But I found the farther east you go, the worst dental cleanings. And why would someone why do I notice that? I don't know. Because lately I've been obsessed with germs and trying to stay as clean as possible. And one of the biggest entries to germs in your mouth is a dirty mouth. And I'm not talking necessarily people with rotting teeth and all that, I'm just talking about dental cleanings, just good dental cleanings. You can tell when people are talking, is this crazy that I bring this up? I don't know. I'm just obsessed. And I noticed, I swear to God, that the East Coast needs dental cleanings more than the West Coast. And then in between, as you get farther east, dental care deteriorates.
Well, Tom, if you go really far east to England, it accentuates your point.
Is that just a myth, or is it really
it's true?
Are teeth really bad? My wife said in Europe, I'd be shocked at how bad people's teeth, not just England, but Europe in general. She said, wow.
Well, I was going to say, if you listened to sometimes they have these things on YouTube about what the Europeans say when they come to America for the first time. And one of the things that comes up quite frequently is to say people have such white teeth. It's just an abnormality
it's also,
in Europe.
Yeah, but it's also your gums get all gunked up with tartar and stuff. And I just found it to be astounding how people neglect themselves. Now, one thing I like and I like a bit, I think, and again, because I've been cooped up with treatments for the past year or so, I hadn't gotten out much. So it was my first real outing. So I'm hyper vigilant. But I also believe that, again, California might be overly obsessed and New York now, but with physical fitness and getting yourself put together, it seems like the farther east you go, the less important it becomes. The farther west you go, the more important it becomes. That was my casual observation. But in any case, I think that the dental cleaning, you watch people, you go and you tell me if it's not true. And while I'm on the topic of visiting and all this, I just want people to know, if they've seen me at a wedding or two, I'm not talking about the wedding I was at. I'm grouping them in with tons of weddings, because I think weddings are lovely and the brides and grooms are wonderful and all that. Okay. I think it's a day to celebrate their love, and I never want to rain on a parade. But for the life of me, this is something that is universal. I've been to enough weddings lately that I say to myself, my God in heaven, what does this wedding planner do? I mean, what does a wedding planner do? Do you know the one big flaw in every wedding I've been to? One big flaw. And you would think that a wedding planner would finally say, duh, We need to fix this. Okay, I am going to do this as a favor. I am going to lend myself out
There's
as
a wedding planner?
and not the main wedding planner, but an overseer of the wedding plan. So you get yourself your favorite wedding planner because they do the agenda. What do you do and when do you do it? That I like. I mean, a good wedding planner is literally telling them what to do and when to do it. There's nothing wrong with that, keeping things going. But I'm going to give you a couple do's and don'ts about weddings. And something that is so obvious, I swear to God, it's so obvious. Why, in most weddings, the couple walks up the aisle and they keep their backs to the crowd or turn sideways. And then you have the minister or the officiant, what do you call them? The official, let's just call it the official or the minister, whatever, with facing us. I don't care about you. I'm never going to see you again. I don't care about you. Don't face us. Turn around. I want your back to the crowd, and I want to see full front the wedding couple. And for God's sakes, in today's day and age, use a shotgun microphone. They put these little Shure omnidirectional microphones 3 feet in the middle of them, and you can't hear a word. Every once in a while you hear, it's either too close or too far away. Wouldn't a good wedding planner say, people, you need to enunciate. You need to be heard. And a microphone doesn't make it so you can go, from the first time I met you, I loved you, and I thought you were really good. And I thought, I can't even pretend to be like that. So listen, please, if you're a wedding planner, call me. Call me, 303 Martino. I'm going to oversee your oversight. Tell your people they want to be seen and heard. That means don't have them walk up the aisle with those beautiful clothes and that beautiful loving glow and keep their backs or sides to us. The official, we don't care about you. You're a necessary part, but keep your back to us. We don't care. Turn around, address the crowd, then turn back to the couple and let the couple look at their guests.
Hey, Tom.
And when, okay, 1 second, really. But please either put a lavalier microphone on them or put the microphone in front of their face. You don't hear. Okay, but I'm back here and saying, and from the moment I met you, I loved you so much. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I think you're missing on a boat here, all right? We could actually roll out the Tom Martino boom mics for
that would
weddings.
Be yes, that would be good.
Just have a grip up there.
You know what? That's actually
I'm just saying
a good idea. You have a grip who's kneeling down, dressed in black, kneeling down and operating a shotgun mic. Am I lying or am I dying? Have you ever seen a wedding ever where you can actually hear them? They give their beautiful vows. Then with this ring, I can't even fake it. Like I said, my mics are too good, but they're just mumbling.
But you can always hear the officiant. Because
not
always,
not even that. But you're right.
They always have a lavalier mic, but you can't put a lavalier mic on a wedding dress.
They put these $30 Shure mics in the middle of these people, or $100 Shure mic. It's an omnidirectional mic. Never use an omnidirectional. What an omnidirectional means is it picks up sounds all over, 360 degrees. You want a directional mic, and you want to be heard. That means slow down and pronounce your words. Even if you have to give diction lessons at rehearsal, you say to the groom, say, from the first day I met you, not, and then say it into a mic. from the first day I met you. A mic doesn't make your voice stronger. You need to project. And if it's the only time you do it, that's the time to do it. Profess your love and let people understand you, for goodness sakes. But some of the biggest flaws I'm going to tell you about coming up. But I'd like your comments. And of course, I'm going to solve your problems and answer your questions. But I am so frustrated with weddings. I've been now, by the way, let me preface this. The weddings I've been to have been most phenomenal, beautiful, wonderful affairs. They have been. People were dressed to the nines. The ceremony was beautiful. The couple was beautiful. The food was great. And I'm talking about 4 or 5 weddings. But what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about being a better affair. I'm talking about the finer things. Let people hear what you're saying during the ceremony. And my God, during the reception, let people hear you when you stand. And I like Kachina Kalori's idea. Have a grip carrying a shotgun mic where he can mic people when the groom gets up to say something, or the best man. Have a mic over there. Brad, what is your comment? Go ahead, Brad.
Hey, Tom, love this topic. I love your idea of you stepping in and having the 40,000-foot view and giving some direction. I attend between 100 to 160 weddings a year.
What?
My wife and I own this little company called BeverageBurrow.com. We take donkeys to weddings, and we put smiles on faces and have a great time during the reception. So I used to go to weddings like you're talking about and going, what are we doing during the reception? There's nothing happening. I'm like, I own donkeys. Let's put some packs on their backs and serve some beers and some smiles on faces that take some photos
fun.
And make a lasting memory. And so we have a good time. But you are absolutely right. I deal with a lot of really good professional wedding planners. But there is something about having someone swing in and look everything over.
Well, the wedding planner has a good agenda and keeps things tracked, but not for there is not one wedding planner who can counsel the bride and groom on speaking and enunciating, the maid of honor, the best man. If you're going to say something, if you're the father of the bride, say it with intention and have yourself mic'd. And even when you're mic'd, you say it with intention. Brad, what's the name of your company again? I want to look it up.
It's BeverageBurrow.com.
Beverage Bureau. Beverage Burrow. Right. Burrow, as in ass. I don't mean that. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Burrow. And we're going to look that up.
Great pictures online.
It's beverageburrow.
Yeah, burrow like a donkey.
Right.
By the way,
Tom, I also help manage I own a couple of burro races. I help manage the state sport of Colorado. We have a lot of fun with these donkeys. I know it's a different topic.
Oh, that's so cool. That is cool.
Pastoral racing is the state sport of Colorado.
Now, to be technical, hold on one sec. To be technical, a burro is a donkey, which is also referred to as an ass, and a jackass is a mule, which is half horse, right?
So a jackass is basically an intact male.
Oh, I see. Okay. Then I got to take a break.
Depending on the part of the world you come from, it can have a different terminology.
Thank you, Brad. I got to take this break. We got more coming right up.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem. Whether you work for a company of 1 or 1,000, Odoo works with you every day.
You're absolutely right.
Business applications handles everything.
Wouldn't it be nice if they just said
inventory to accounting?
And
there are no vendor lock-ins, no proprietary data.
One word.
You own your data.
One sentence
and
that you can understand.
Developers can build custom features on top of Odoo applications.
When I bring stuff like that
Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
O'Brien Legal Services is a law firm that helps you with real estate. Brad O'Brien and his team are our real estate experts on the show. If you have a complicated closing or a regular closing, an owner finance deal, or you have a neighbor dispute over an easement or something like that, anything to do with real estate at all, normal closings, normal docs, whatever you have, O'Brien Legal Services, OLSlaw.com. O'Brien Legal Services, OLSlaw.com. Save yourself time, hassle, and money by getting an attorney up front for a consultation. 720-370-7388. 88. Hey, light up your life, your wedding, huh? Right? Or your holiday, your birthday, your game day with Excel lighting from Excel Roofing. Excel Roofing has put together a company for their external permanent architectural lights. They blend into the home when off, and when they come on, they light up with thousands of colors, millions of combinations, all controlled by your smartphone. Let Excel Roofing excel your holiday or game day or special birthday or wedding. ExcelRoofing.com. That's where you go for estimates online, and they're lower priced than anything on the market. The best value, ExcelRoofing.com. I get so frustrated. I feel like saying, for God's sake, why would a wedding planner fucking overlook that? The main part is interaction. That's the main part of a wedding. Okay, by the way, he reminded me, somebody reminded me, we're going to talk about ghosts. How do you deal with... I had Brad. No, and I feel sorry for them. They put so much time and money into this wedding, so much wonderful time and money, and no one's going to enjoy it. I mean, the level, and they're outside, and they have this mic way over here.
That bagel was pretty tasty, Doc.
No, I know it. I've said that a million times. Why they don't, or at least load both sides, A through something here and then here, or Rose number. Why don't they? I don't know. Airlines are the worst. After all these years, they haven't gotten it down. But I've decided I don't like Southwest with the boarding. I want a seat. But that's what they say. But they not when I've been on. Like that just started. But do they really have an assigned? Because I did, and I haven't seen any difference right now. I like when they have assigned rows, and then you go by according to row and load. But what's stupid about that is they let people load from the front back, as opposed to going to the ones in the back should load first. Then they walk all the way down the aisle.
Hello, Tom Martino Show. Oh, yeah, he's done. Okay, no problem. Thanks for calling. Yeah. Bye. Oh my God, I gotta look this up now. I'm very curious. Oh my God. This is insanely cute.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah?
I was watching something on YouTube yesterday about Drive Time and Carvana and their scheme to make billions off of not the cars, but the loans. It's a father and son operation that is skimming off billions of dollars from the sales.
I can't believe I didn't.
And what are they making it with?
Well, they have when you go to Carvana,
yeah,
and you want to, you want to get a car loan, they will give it to this one. They will give it to one company that supplies the interest at outrageous rates, and Carvana and that company are also owned by Drive Time. So there's a son and a father that are doing this, and they are accepting almost anybody to purchase a car with almost no credit because they charge them interest and then when they can't pay, they just repossess the car.
Well, they all charge interest, but you're saying they're charging exorbitant interest?
Yeah, and also when you go to Carvana or Drive Time, they make their money on the interest that they charge you, not on the car.
TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, I'm getting a lot of texts from people who say they've never been to a professionally handled wedding. Now, wedding planners, you missed the boat. Wedding planners have no clue, not a clue, on how to instruct a bride and groom or a maid of honor or a best man on speaking. Interaction is the hallmark of a wedding. First and foremost, if you're just tuning in, I talked about how weddings in general suck. Now, I'm not talking about the ceremony, the people, the reception and the party part of it. You know, we have a good time and they're wonderful, okay? And everyone looks great. I'm talking about the interaction and the flow. First and foremost, they have the couple either with their backs to us facing the official or their side. What they should do is turn around and face their friends and relatives and have the damn pastor, minister, person, officiant, whatever you call the damn person. What do you call them? What do you call them that give a wedding?
Presiding official.
The presiding official, you put your back to us. We don't care about you. That's the God's honest truth. We really don't care about you. Okay, the couple might want to see you. Fine. Face them. Put your back to us. If your back is to us, or better yet, put your back to us when you're talking to the couple, then turn around and gesture to the crowd. It's that easy. But please, if you're a wedding planner, I promise you, I'm not kidding, I will come to the next wedding that invites me and I'll give the overview. What you do is you instruct them how to, first of all, there shouldn't be long speeches and long vows anyway, but you instruct them how to speak into a microphone. You speak, hello. You know, can I help you? All of that. That's what you do. I love you. From the first time I met you, I knew we were made to be together. You know, rather than mention, you're so pretty and okay, here's the mic's got to be way out there. Whatever it is, it's full of crap. You got to be close. You got to be talking. Use a shotgun microphone. What kind of a moron puts a Shure omnidirectional mic within 3 feet? They're 3 feet away from everybody. The mic is 3 feet away from everybody. And then you have the official saying, trying to make this ceremony mean something, and no one can hear anything. And when you're outside, it's worse. Okay. Now, I'm getting to the really good part. Let's talk about the reception. Again, you have wedding planners that do a wonderful job on what should be done when, but the interaction with the crowd is dreadful. And I'm not talking, if you're listening to me, I'm not talking to a wedding I just been to. It just brought up the whole topic for me. And I started remembering the weddings I went to. We got to tell a maid of honor that you don't make a 20-minute speech when you're giving a toast. Do that with the bride privately. No one cares about how you met and how you exchanged, like friendship and you're friends for life. And she was there when this happened and you were there when this happened. Let's be honest, no one really cares. You don't. What you want is that maid of honor to speak intentionally into a microphone and say, you look beautiful today, my wonderful friend from the time we met 10 years ago, something quick, and then toast them. It's not a time for you. It's not a time for you to make a 20-minute speech. It's just not. And the best man, the same thing. One of the biggest problems is you're not speaking to the audience. You want to toast them. You have You stand sideways, you gesture to the crowd, you gesture to the groom and the bride, you gesture to the crowd. Teach them this. That's what a wedding planner does. You teach them how to interact with their guests and their family. You'll be doing them a favor. It'll be a memorable event. It'll be beautiful. But for God's sakes, to let some maid of honor drone on for 20 minutes about her girly friendship and BFF, it's not going to work. It just doesn't work. Now, no one is ever going to tell you that. That's the problem. No one will ever tell you that. No one. They're going to say you had a beautiful, and most of the time they're telling the truth. It was a beautiful wedding. Okay? So what about that? And here's another thing. You're all dressed up, nowhere to go before the wedding. Take your damn pictures. Take your damn pictures. Don't make a giant crowd for a reception wait for all of the pictures to be done in order to start socializing with the wedding party. Come in and join the party. You're there beforehand. You're there hours beforehand. You're all dressed up. You probably look better than having gone through the ceremony. So get your pictures taken. Smile. Get your pictures taken. All of your poses. Then when they come into the reception immediately with their crowd, you can get plenty of candid pictures. They're not burned out. But to make a reception wait an hour for people to get their photos done and then come into the reception is ridiculous. Okay.
Hey, Tom, I have to disagree with you on one point.
You'll be wrong, but go ahead.
Usually the best man's speech is the best part of the wedding. 90% of the time, it's really, it's very humorous, and they pick on...
Well, first of all, what part are you disagreeing with? What are you disagreeing with?
No, you said that the best man and a maid of honor shouldn't get up there and drone on.
I absolutely mean that. They should not get up there and drone on. I did not say they should not say anything. In fact, I said they should be heard. I am telling you they should be better heard. Not less heard, but better heard. And so we're agreeing. I believe it's very important. It's very important. And don't hear me saying what I'm not saying. I'm saying they should be heard. But to go on drone on is ridiculous. And what good is humor if people can't hear it in the back of the room, or if the only people that can hear it is the wedding party? You want them to be intentional with their speeches. You want them to be intentional with their toasting. And there's something else. I wish there's nothing anyone can do about this part of the wedding. But I want to ask a question. Why is it that the worst dancers are the ones that dance the most?
And it's break time.
I got to take a break. We got more coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we're getting word from CDOT that apparently the rock scaling is complete for the day, which is good news. We had a closure just a short time ago. It's since been reopened, but we are seeing some slight delays through the Veteran Memorial tunnels, but it'll remain open through the afternoon drive, which is good news for folks heading into the foothills. Other than that, northbound 25 up around 23rd Avenue off to the side. We've got stall was a helper. It is kind of slow from 6th Avenue coming in through that downtown area. I-70 east from Havana, Peoria, 225 area. A little sluggish and a little bit of traffic coming out of the airport on Pena. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. So we're helping you with deals on top brands like Scott's, Pit Boss, Cobalt, and Trex Decking. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
You know, there are many, many changes taking place in health insurance and in Medicare supplements and in Medicare Advantage and in drug plans. Please don't assume everything's going to be renewed as it was. Don't sit back. It's open enrollment, which means it's your time to make changes. It's your time to find the plan best for you. And for that, I would use licensed professionals like Integra Insurance. They help me every single year. They can help you and they can save you money. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500.
Let me give you a story. Just last week, Troy listed a house that was on the market for almost a month. You know what? Troy sold it for full price in less than a week. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy will buy your house for all cash, and it can close in as little as 7 minutes. Call Troy and get your home sold for the most money. 720-900-4433. Again, that's 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford.
So with that light just got unplugged. Right?
Yeah, I cut my wheel on that.
Oh.
That bagel was good, huh, Doc? Yeah. It was perfect. I guess it was Rob Dawson's birthday yesterday. Yeah, he took over. He took over from that lady that's been in forever. I think her name was Kathy. Shoot, I can't remember her last name.
Because the QC Kinetics medical team jumped into action, treating the damage using Mike's own orthobiologics. No need for surgery.
I think QC Kinetics was a huge help in my recovery. Percentages were that I would never make it back to this level.
QC Kinetics regenerative treatments have helped transform the lead and restore thousands of patients with injuries and joint pain.
There's a pretty good chance that with under 15 weeks, I'll be competing for the heavyweight world title. Yeah, so I might be 24-time world champion by the end of the year.
You got this, Mike. And for anyone listening who's dealing with joint pain, the QC Kinetics consultation is free. So give them a call today.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
If you have our word, we'll treat you right and done right. Home improvements. DRHI.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-8255. You can text me at 747-999-5280. I don't give that number out enough. 747-999-5280. Denver Regen does wonderful help and aid for your painful joints and your tendons. They do great stem cell therapy. I had it done. DenverRegen.com. The ones that I prefer, denverregen.com. So listen, one texter says, Tom, you're exactly right. The wedding is good in all respects. The wedding planner takes so much time for every detail except the interaction. That's exactly right. The interaction at weddings sucks. If you're a wedding planner, give me a call right now. I want to hear what you do, because it's okay to say to a maid of honor or to a best man, it's okay to say, be bright, be brief, be gone. That's what you want. And no one, and I mean no one, deserves to make more than a 2-minute speech. 2 minutes is a long time. People want to have fun. We don't care about the droning on about when you were little girls and you first met or whatever. Truly, look, there might be one or two of you saying, oh, Tom, you sound like an old curmudgeon. We all care. You don't care? Okay, then let me put it to you this way. You only care if you can hear it. You don't care if you can't hear it. So why does a wedding planner? I'm calling BS on wedding planners. I am saying that most wedding planners, at least every single one I've been to, they don't know anything about interacting with their audience, with their guests. And by the way, while I'm on the topic, let's just move it to fundraisers. Have you ever been to a good fundraising gala? And what do they do? What do? They wait for the bitter end after all the droning and then the auction and then the dancing. Why not have an actual gala that's planned properly? You come in, you have a cocktail hour, and then you do some dancing. Then you sit down after you've done some dancing. And then when you sit down, you hear from some speakers while you're eating. And then you have some more dancing. And then you have the auction. And then after the auction, you have some more stuff. Why does everything have to be done in blocks of time that make you want to hang yourself? Why is that? And then when people speak, when you're going to have a gala, make them rehearse at the venue with a microphone and tell them, no matter how wonderful the event is, if you don't relay that to people, they're not going to feel the same passion. They're such wonderful events. They are. I love raising galas for good causes. It's wonderful. In fact, I don't really care what the cause is. But if you have a cause, make it known. And here's another thing, which is I know every one of you, if you're honest with me right now, you're nodding your head in agreement. What about when they show a video? Do you ever understand what the narrator's saying? And then the music. It is not done right. The halls have no acoustics for that, so you place your speakers appropriately. So if you're going to show a beautiful film, don't overmodulate the entire room with sound. They can't hear it. You know what it says because you were part of the production. But why would you show a video with the sound that's overwhelming that no one can hear? No one can distinguish words. Communication is everything. So with a fundraising gala, you get people up there, they go on and on and on. Here's the point. It might be a great cause, but no one wants to sit through a 10, 15, or 20-minute dissertation. No one does. I'm telling you how to make your function better. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. They're wonderful causes. But let your people enjoy them. Let them understand what you're talking about. For God's sakes, don't depend on a microphone and keep it 6 feet away from you. Put the mic where it should be and speak appropriately. And if do they have gala event planning, or is it just, they have event planning, not just wedding planning, right? So if you're an event planner, let me help you. Let me help you with the communication aspect of your event. I'm telling you right now, I will do it free of charge. I don't want anything in return. I want to see people enjoy themselves. I want to see people hear about your organization or your wedding and the couple. Just interact properly and don't drone on and on and on, for God's sakes. People are too kind to tell you. Right now, they're too kind. I'm breaking the ice. I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you permission to talk about galas, fundraisers, weddings. They're all the same. You know they are. They do too much too long. And we're left out many times because the audio is overmodulated. The room is too bright or too dark. They don't think about interaction. Alex, what's going on with your Dodge? Oh, Alex, I'm going to take you right after I take this quick break, okay? We're going to talk about your 2014 Dodge Ram. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Some good news through the downtown area. I-25 northbound, a crash at 23rd Avenue has been all cleared up. We're still seeing some slow traffic back from Colfax, a couple minutes of delays. Over on the west end of town, we've got a crash on the Morrison Road on-ramp to eastbound C470. Looks like a right lane blocked, not really affecting traffic on C470. Heading to the north end of town, 120th Avenue, a crash at Main Street. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone. Traditional window covering retailers are expensive. Our prices are low, and our blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Wave 8 Wealth Management is my company, and I started it for one reason. The industry is flawed. People go to financial advisors, and those financial advisors place their money with bigger advisors. That's 98% of the industry. With me, it's different. My company and our investment officers talk to each and every client and personally do their trading and their placement. We manage portfolios. We truly do it. The others don't. That's the simple truth. If you want your money invested by professionals who know you and talk to you, then you want Wave 8 Wealth Management. Wave8capital.com. Don't settle for less. It's your life. Wave8capital.com. 303-771-HELP. Put me to the test. You'll see the difference. 303-771-HELP. Now, speaking of investments, what about being a landlord? Vestera Turnkey can teach you how to do it and hold your hand through the whole process. Vestera, it was invented by Barry Miller, who invented the buyer brokerage for the country, and Vestera Turnkey gets the markets where upside potential is great, rents are strong, and they help you identify the proper properties. They help you manage. They help you even with your day-to-day phone calls, and then ultimately to sell for profit. That's Vestera Turnkey, 303-888-3788.
Because we have some pots that are $3,000, and we're only a small.
And then potentially that means one person's going to have the potential to take that 3,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I've never played poker. Oh.
Yeah, but it's a big deal.
Yeah, did you know the bathrooms are working up here?
Oh, are they?
Yeah, just the toilets. But don't have to go downstairs. That was a pain.
Just the toilets, but you can't
I think
wash
they
your hands.
fixed them Thursday.
Yeah, the bathrooms have been torn up for 6 months or more. So that's why this is a big deal. The bathrooms are working. Kind of working.
Wow.
Well, they started with a remodeling project in, I think, like early spring.
Oh, they've been remodeling that floor for 3 or 4 or 5 years now.
Oh, yeah, I'm not aware of that. I'm barely there. But the bathrooms I'm very well of because I use them all the time. So they started this project, and it was going to be a long project. But then as the project went on, they discovered all kinds of plumbing problems within the system itself that were like building wide. And they were so extreme that the contractor couldn't even finish the bathroom remodel. Like they didn't want to connect to faulty plumbing, I suppose. And so that set it back by many, many months. And now everybody's very excited to be able to go pee at work.
And Tom wonders why we don't do commercial anymore.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Does everybody, I thought maybe the contractor walked off the job. That's the first thing. No. No.
Okay. You sound passionate.
I want to give you, I hate telling you guys this all the time, Dimitri, but
We have the code silence.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook, GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com. We are out of this world.
In life, we're always looking for an advantage, and the same goes with real estate. That's why I recommend Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
With our advanced motivational marketing systems, we give you a very unique advantage in the Denver real estate market. It's simply the most innovative and proactive marketing plan you will find anywhere.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, urging you to use Frank Duran, therealestateman.com with Remax Alliance, 303-920-1622.
The Raleigh House changed my life. Today I'm 175 days in recovery, thanks to the amazing people at the Raleigh House.
The Raleigh House was an incredible experience. The staff genuinely care.
Your mental health is important. Our team of clinical and medical professionals at the Raleigh House provide unmatched care for addiction, depression, trauma, and anxiety. Offering both inpatient and outpatient services, the Raleigh House can meet you where you're at. Find out more at theRaleighHouse.com. That's theRaleighHouse.com.
Don't be scared. Halloween's creeping up. The free iHeartRadio app has irresistible stations like Halloween Radio. Always screaming. I mean, streaming commercial free. Plus Trick or Treat Radio just for your little monsters. And of course, curated Halloween playlists perfect for your Halloween party. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
Hey, Joe Pags, coming up, we break down that NBA gambling scandal with former captain in the mob, Michael Franzese, plus Pastor Lucas Miles from USA, on the growing godless uprising in America, and more on the Joe Pags Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Alex, let's talk about your 2014 Dodge Ram. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, just a problem with Pride Auto Care. I called in Friday and talked to Mark about the problem, and they called the shop, I think, and I don't know if they're waiting for a call back or just what.
Do you recall the call? Okay, tell me what the call is. We can make sure we. Do you know who he assigned it to?
I don't think he signed it to anybody. I think Suzanne called the shop and was waiting for a call back.
Okay, we might want to initiate another call, but just help us now. What is the issue? What's going on, Alex?
Long story short, Tom, I took my nephew's truck in there for AC problem. They did $1,400 worth of work to it, but meanwhile they blew out the actuator, the alarm system, the stereo system, and put a scratch on it. Mm-hmm. And they fixed it all, even the patch on the door, but the patch looks terrible.
What, so you originally took it in for AC work?
Correct.
And they did all this other damage. Do they acknowledge they did this other damage?
Tom, before we get into that, let me summarize.
Yeah, go ahead.
The actual crux of the problem is
that for me.
So my understanding is, I was there for that call, and my understanding is they actually took care of the technical damage, and the problem remains is that they scratched the door. They sent the truck out to a body shop to fix the scratch, and Alex sent us photographs of the fix. It looks a lot worse than the scratch looked.
Really?
It's like a big ghost image. It really looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost is now in the door of his car.
Oh my God.
And so Alex's problem is compounded by the fact that this was his nephew's truck, and his nephew has since returned to Arizona.
Now, does his nephew have the truck then in Arizona?
In Arizona, yeah. The shop is here in town, and I'll tell you where it stands right after this.
All right, and then also, he's going to give us a follow-up, Deputy D, on how to serve people who are difficult to serve if you're taking them to small claims court.
Speaking of ghosts.
Ghosty people. We're going to talk about that and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. And we have Plumbline Services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. 303 Martino. Okay, so let me just turn this up for a sec.
Hold on before I gotta go. You got a hot game coming up there, Doc? Okay. Well, I may see you Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, Doc. Have a good to see you. At least we got a good bagel out of it today.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on the free iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
ABC News, I'm Wayne Cabot. We have
Oh, hell, we're at the top of the hour.
update on Hurricane Melissa in the Caribbean. Monster Category 5 already. This keeps on growing. Gusts of 200 miles an hour now. Steady wind of 175. Climate scientists say an extremely warm Atlantic Ocean is why so many hurricanes are exploding in size. Melissa went from a tropical storm to a Category 5 practically overnight. It's on a path to pound the south coast of Jamaica tonight, along with
I'm gonna sneak out.
the ocean temp in that area, warmer than most pool water, 86 degrees. Speaking of heat, around Southern California,
All right, all mics are on.
And I hope you have the biggest New Year celebration this year possible because of the end to a shitty year and the beginning of a great new one.
Yeah, my diagnosis came January 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire year, man. Oh,
I still maintain it's the luckiest year of your life, though.
Oh, God.
I mean, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The luckiest year of your life.
It is pretty incredible, isn't it? Nothing short of a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God, I know it.
So I'm glad it was lucky, and I'm glad it's over. So that's the dichotomy of that observation.
I know it. I know it.
Are you a Christian, Victor? No.
I'm not religious. I mean, one day it may be.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show. Hello, Tom Martino Show.
$1 billion of pumpkins rot in landfills in the U.S. each year after Halloween, and the Department of Energy says don't let your pumpkin haunt the landfill. Pumpkins can be eaten, composted, or fed to animals. I'm Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
Adopt US Kids presents multiple choice parenting.
You accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Ooh, sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within. Oh.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
KHOW News Time, 103.
A new resource hub is available to help support students, staff, and community members after the shooting at Evergreen High School last month. Victim Services Supervisor Courtney Hill telling Fox 31 it's an invaluable
Judge to
service.
rule on Kurt's suspect's courtroom clothing. You're in jail. Your clothing should be orange.
Is it still because he's on suicide watch or something?
No.
Center for Mass Violence created the Evergreen services for students, staff, family, and community members impacted by that shooting. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and leaders say today's tour of the temporary Family Justice Center highlights the effort Broomfield and Adams counties are making to better serve survivors of domestic violence. 17th Judicial DA Brian Mason.
And we've been working really hard to try to do something about it.
That temporary facility opens today. I'm Connor Shreve.
Now, impact traffic.
Over on the west end of town, the Morrison Road on-ramp to C417 town is closed due to a semi-fire. Both lanes blocked by crews. We're not sure if these were at the time not really affecting C470 north and southbound traffic through the northeast area. Otherwise, calm drives are out of town. I-25 north and southbound, easy scrubbing through the metro. With traffic, I'm Mark Mager.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of one of the most legendary fights in congressional history and how it brought about a ban on dueling. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
People who work at Rocky Flats may have serious health issues. If you work at Rocky Flats or any other community workforce site, I want you to be aware of several programs offering up to $400,000 tax-free and free home health care for life. Trusted Ally Home Care can check if you qualify. Now, if you work at Rocky Flats or any other DOE weapons site, I want you to contact Trusted Ally today. Call them at 720-881-9633 or go online, trustedally.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonihan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now.
It's the Dan Kaplan Show.
Afternoons 4 to 6.
Monday at 4. Do you think that legalized gambling has been good or bad for Colorado? And if you do it, has legalized gambling been good
Or bad for you? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. I got Plumbline Services in the house. Bob Logan, the owner, and I want to tell you that this hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran will help you evaluate your house to see what it is worth in this market. He compares it to comparables, neighborhoods, supply and demand, interest rates. It's all free of charge, complete analysis. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. So Alex is calling about an issue, and here's the bottom line. A repair shop did some damage to the door. They scratched it. They put it out for repair. Again, by the way, if my car is ever scratched or damaged at a not a body shop, but at a repair facility, I would insist on taking it to be fixed myself. I don't want them doing it because normally I think they have a vested interest in trying to keep it as low price as possible, maybe not get the best repairs. So anyway, Dimitri was here when the call came in on Friday, and Alex, it's a 2014 Dodge Ram. It's your nephew's truck. And Dimitri, you would summarize it as amateuristic, the repair?
Yeah, it looked pretty awful. It was about a watermelon-sized smudge left on his door.
God.
And I saw the pictures of the original scratch, and I guarantee you it looked much better with the original scratch than with this huge ghostly image.
So is that ghostly image, you think, where they tried to blend the paint?
Well, I don't know how they got it to that image, but it was a direct result of their attempts to repair. Now, Tom, it's worth mentioning that the shop has actually demonstrated good faith in this matter because they did fix the mechanical problems they caused. They did take this kind of amateurish step to get the door repaired, but that still leaves Alex with this kind of an uncomfortable position, which is, hey, the truck is now in Arizona. Can we get the body or the mechanic shop to commit to the expense of repairing?
Well, I think he should get it fixed, and he can take him to small claims court as well. But what's the name of the shop here that did the damage?
So I'm not. We'll go to Alex for that in just a moment.
What's the name of the shop that did the damage?
Pride Auto Care.
What is it say?
Pride Auto Care. And they have 4 or 5, maybe even 6 locations around town. It appears to be kind of a family-owned company that's been consolidating independence.
And again, they're not bad people. They just the repair job was bad.
Right. So that's why Suze took it upon herself to call them. And this was kind of late in the day on Friday.
Yeah.
So I know Suze did call, but as you know, Suze isn't with us today, and hopefully she will be here tomorrow. Before we hammer on Pride, it would be really great to see if Suze got anywhere with him, because frequently she does. She's really good at negotiating.
Okay, so here's what I want to know. Did you hear anything from them, Alex?
I'm sorry, Tom?
Did you hear anything from them?
No, I haven't heard anything from them, Tom. They've just ghosted me for 4 months.
So this has been going
and,
on.
Tom, another thing, I didn't have a choice in the shop. They just took it there.
No, I
They
understand.
They really didn't even
Now, Alex, so if you call, you don't get a response at all?
Exactly.
Okay. Should we make another call or just wait for Suze tomorrow?
You know, I'll be happy to make a call, or maybe Bo or Doc could, but if Suze has already made progress on this matter, it would be really great.
Yeah, let's just wait for
4 months. What's another day?
Is she going to be here tomorrow, right? Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was. They're out for the day, so let's just do that. But and here's what I say: if they did the damage, maybe they'll just agree to pay the repair bill where he is. It's impractical to bring it back to Colorado to be fixed. Does he come here to visit anyway, regularly at all?
Not with the truck. The truck's not coming back till May, June.
Okay. So,
it's already
Alex,
been 4
we'll
months
bring
like
you back up tomorrow. Thank you for calling. 303-713-8255. Bill has a question. Bill, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on, Bill?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hey.
We're trying to do a duplex development over there by the Sloan's Lake area.
Now, when you say
And
trying,
we have
so you have a vacant lot and you want to put up a duplex?
Well, we have an existing duplex that was built in 1949, and we want to scrape and rebuild.
Okay, got it. So what's going on?
Well, I reached out. We have our permit drawings in with City of Lakewood, both structural, architectural, and City of Lakewood wanted utility provider information. So I sent the drawings to East Jefferson County Sanitation District, and I said to send the drawings out to Denver Water, and East Jefferson County Sanitation District sent me a response letter from their engineers, and they want me to extend the main line so I can do a tie-in to their system.
Okay. When you say a tie into their system, where is it tied into now?
It's currently tied into East Jefferson County Sanitation. So we have 2 main lines. Currently, I'm tied in the back, and they also have a main in Sheridan. So I am the last tap on the rear on the main line that runs through the rear of the property.
So what are you asking, Bill? If they're making that a requirement, how does that affect you? You got to be tapped in somewhere.
Correct. Yeah. They want me to extend the main line in Sheridan.
Who's they?
Well, Martin and Martin, the engineers for East Jefferson County Sanitation.
So so East, that is the name of the district you're in, East Jefferson County.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And how does that affect you? Why is there a reason you don't want to do it?
Well, the cost. Why do I have to upgrade their system to extend a main line with a manhole in Sheridan when I have a main line in the rear of the property that I could tie into?
The one in the rear of the property, will they allow you to tap in?
Well, I guess apparently not.
Is that a different district? Are you telling me you're between two? Okay, it's the same district.
Same district. The engineer did make a comment on the letter that I've got from them. The duplexes are back to back. The rear unit has two entrances. The main entrance to the walkway facing Sheridan is on the north side of the property, and the south entrance on the driveway entrance faces
Bill. One thing, they might have their own reasons why they want you to tap in, where they want you to tap in. So they're saying to you, we realize that there's a way to tap in closer, but we want you to do it this way. And when you ask them why, what do they say?
Well, we're going to have a Teams meeting on Thursday with my civil engineering group on this coming Thursday. I wanted to get some ammo for this meeting because for me to extend a main line in Sheridan and put in a manhole, that could be $100,000 or more.
No, I understand, Bill. Here's what you have to understand as well. When you say, why should I have to do improvements to the district? That happens all the time with sewer and water districts. The last one on the line, or the one that wants to expand, is usually the one responsible, and that's just the way it is. But normally, if you would make an extension to a line and other people tap onto it in the future, then you would be reimbursed from the tap fees. Now, will anyone ever use this extension in the future, or is it only for your duplex?
No one else would ever use the extension. I'd be the last tap on the main.
And that's unfortunate, Bill, because they are allowed. They're a government. I mean, they're a government unto themselves, and they're allowed to make their own rules. And sometimes our logic doesn't apply. So I would go through this meeting first to see if they would. I mean, if they let you tap in where you want to tap in, what would the difference be to them? Why do they want you to extend that main? That doesn't make sense to me. Why would they put that requirement on you?
That I don't know, Tom.
But do they give you a reason? If you ask them, if you flat out ask them, okay, you want me to extend the main and tap here. Why can't I tap there? Do they give you a reason?
Not as of yet. I haven't.
They might have a reason. They might have a reason.
Bill.
What's that?
Bill, you're in Lakewood, right?
Correct.
What you should do is go over to the city building over on 441 Allison Parkway, go in and get a meeting. they're very friendly with the planning commission and get an appointment and state your case with the planning commission.
But
to
the
get
planning
a variance.
commission, I don't think, has any authority over the sanitation district. This is the East Jefferson County Water and Sanitation District. Is that who you're dealing with?
It sounds like he could get a variance, Tom, since the duplex has been there.
Bo, I think we're saying, Bo,
yes.
What a variance would be the permission to do that dig, but the requirement to do that dig can only come from the Water and Sanitation District. What I'm saying is, if the Water and Sanitation District said, we want you to do this, then he would go for a variance if a variance was required. But the covenant or the building department can't instruct Jefferson County Water and Sanitation District on where to run their lines. I think what you have in mind is correct if he needed to go off the main line somewhere and needed to start digging in other areas. But this is something I know from developing. These water and sanitation districts are pretty much entities unto themselves. No one rules them. The county doesn't rule them. The building department doesn't rule them at all, unless they're putting in a substation or something and they need to get a permit. But other than that, they can tell people where and how to tap in to their facility. But you may want to ask why they're making you do it that way. They must have a reason, or they just didn't consider the other area.
Tom?
Yes.
I think their main reasoning is, I think any time that you install a sanitary main now, per code, you have to have a manhole structure every 500 feet.
Okay. Well, you're answering your own question.
Obviously there's no manhole structure there. Then they want me to upgrade their system.
Okay, Bill, this is the third time you mentioned that. So let me make something very clear. Upgrading their system is proper if you're last on the line, and the only reason their system needs the upgrading is because of your extension. What I'm saying is, I'm going to just put it to you this way. I developed a subdivision once in a county that needed a lift station to get to where I was. They made me put in the entire lift station to get to where I was. And if I didn't do it, they wouldn't do it. So when you say you're upgrading their system, it's upgrading their system to accommodate you. The reason the manhole cover is required is because of you. And if you were not going to develop this, they would not put in a manhole cover, or a manhole access. So truly, you got to get that out of your mind that you're upgrading their system. You're upgrading it for you. Okay. And your logic is not going to work. Having gone before sewer and water districts in the early part of my life, that argument doesn't work. The only time it works is if that extension is going to be extended beyond where you are and other people tap into it. Then you could ask them to put the burden on some of the other owners as well, so you share in that cost. But if you're the last one there, and because of you and your expansion or your duplex, they need to upgrade to code and put a manhole access in there, you're going to be stuck with it. I don't see any way around it. Now, possibly they might let you do it the cheaper way, and that's what your meeting's about. And what I would like you to do is call us after your meeting to see what they say. But you're not gonna win with the argument. You're just not gonna win with the argument that you are upgrading their system. Okay, it's just not gonna work. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Does Plumline do any extensions of mains and service lines and stuff like that? Do you guys do any of that work?
We will reroute lines to a tap, but we won't, like what he's asking about a new manhole and stuff. We don't do that.
Okay. But you have rerouted service lines?
Yes, quite a few.
And what causes the need for rerouting?
You know, it could be a number of different issues. It could be that property configurations changed from when the original buildings were built.
And it has to be replaced, and that's the only way you can do it?
Yes. So
now, do you go through a planning and zoning department for that? Or the sewer district?
Well, we just go through the sewer district. We pull the permits. They come out. They inspect it. You know, They review it, make sure that what we're doing or what we're proposing makes sense.
Yeah, usually the water and sewer districts are the one that have supreme authority for that stuff. Okay, now, by the way, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Stick around. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Are you looking for serious investment in the booming clean energy sector? Don't chase startups. Invest in proven success. PowerBank Corp is a diversified energy leader with over 1,000 completed projects and $138 million in assets. Now expanding into advanced battery storage with new opportunities opening today. Listed on NASDAQ as SUUN. PowerBank isn't chasing the market. It's driving it. Visit getpbnow.com. That's getpbnow.com. Emerging Markets was paid $500,000 by PowerBank Corp for advertising. Not an offer to buy or sell securities.
You know, Discount Bath, I love the way they do business. They'll give you a price without coming to your home if you upload video to their site. So if you're wondering, what will that bathroom remodel cost me? You want to go to Discount Bath because they do guarantee the best value in bathroom remodeling. Think about that. The best value in bathroom remodeling with discountbath.com. So narrate a video on your smartphone. Tell them where you want that bath, where you want that double vanity, where you want the walk-in shower, and they will get you a price by email. So go to discountbath.com and get your upload link, discountbath.com.
Criminal defense, DUI, or other charges. Free initial consultations. Flat rate pricing. Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-6200. LazaraLegal.com, L-A-Z-Z-A-R-A. Joe Lazara, 303-429-6200.
I should have had done right to it. Don't be that person that says this after owning a money budget. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy, but we in particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
I'm worth more. I'm worth a little more. I'm worth a lot more. You are worth more. And your car is worth more. At GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected. With a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
For plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, think Plumline Services with quality brands like Carrier. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. I use Plumline in my home. Service professionals, 25 years strong, on a mission of excellence, character, and ethics. Castle Rock to Fort Collins since 1998. Plumline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. No phone call, no hassles. PlumlineServices.com. Service at home. Service at art. Plumline Services.
All right.
All summer, your AC has been running through your furnace, coating it with dirt, dust, and debris. The #1 killer of furnaces. Don't wait for costly breakdowns.
I can't believe when I'm traveling how fast my phone runs out, though. It's weird.
Just $39. The only ones who truly clean each and every part. Like a refurbishment for new customers, just $39. Protect your system and your wallet. Fix it 24/7. Hometown partners of the Broncos. Go to fixmyhome.com. Click book now.
401k, this is a message you really need to hear. In just the last 2 years, the price of 1 troy ounce of silver has more than doubled, up over 100%. And silver is now poised for major gains in the months ahead. Call Advantage Gold at 800-741-GOLD to learn how to convert a portion of your retirement assets into physical silver and position yourself for the next wave of growth in precious metals. It's not too late to leverage the power of silver to help secure your financial future. With the devaluation of the U.S. dollar and volatility in the stock market, silver continues to be a safe haven asset that investors trust. When you call 800-741-GOLD, you'll get your free precious metals rollover guide, plus a copy of former IMF Chairman Tim Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. The time is now to consider adding silver into the mix to protect your retirement. Call Advantage Gold at 800-741-4653. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-GOLD.
Good amount of sunshine, temperatures fairly mild in the upper 60s with a good breeze, and then a chance for rain later on this afternoon and into this evening. I'm Fox 31 Supervising Meteorologist Kylie Rourke. This report is sponsored by Red-Pilled America.
This week on Red-Pilled America, we tell the story of the famed Dilbert comic strip artist, author, podcaster, and everyone's internet dad, Scott Adams. Listen to Red-Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red-Pilled America, a storytelling show.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hey, One Clear Choice Garage Doors can take care of all of your garage door needs. The opener, any part of the opener, the door, any part of the door. And they're the only ones who actually put their prices online for you to look at because they're proud of their deals. One Clear Choice Doors.com. 24/7 service for emergencies. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. 720-370-3987. Ron has a question on sharing a house. Go ahead, Ron. What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I have a friend that has let a friend move into her townhouse.
Bad news. Bad news.
With the idea of sharing expenses. And so I guess my question is, does she need to have something in writing, about what is to be shared and what the ramifications
Ron, did she already let the guy in?
Yeah.
Okay. And what
within the last couple of days?
And what is she romantically involved with this guy?
No. Actually it's a lady, and it's a sorority friend of hers that's moved here from Florida.
So your friend let a woman move in to share expenses.
Yeah.
And what is the agreement right now? In other words, you're assuming that this person is going to sign an agreement, but why should she? She already moved in. Let me just tell you what would happen. If she stopped paying right now, your friend won't be able to get rid of her. She'll have to go through a formal eviction. Does your friend know how silly this was?
No.
Okay.
She's just a very kind-hearted person.
I get it. Kind-hearted persons are the people who get screwed the most. So, will her friend agree to an agreement? Like, what does the friend think she's doing?
I think she just thinks she's sharing in groceries. I don't know whether I haven't talked specifically with my friend about it.
Okay, then let me put it to you this way, Ron.
I don't know whether it's lights and water and.
Ron, she will need an agreement. In order to evict her, she'll need an agreement. This woman right now has total run of that house because she was invited in. And your friend is not going to be able to get rid of her unless the woman voluntarily leaves or the woman doesn't know her rights. But if your friend presents her with an agreement and the woman says, I'm not going to pay that.
Yeah.
Your friend has nothing to say about it. It's too late. So she's going to have to you asked, does she need an agreement? The answer is yes, before she moves in.
Yeah.
But now that she's already moved in, maybe this woman is a decent woman and won't take advantage of your friend. So your friend would present to this woman a written agreement, and this woman would sign it. But what if the woman says that's not what we agreed to? What would your friend have to dispute it?
Yeah, so if she does have a signed agreement, then she could dispute it with that, right? I mean,
that's right. If she has a written agreement, Ron, if your friend has a written agreement, she can use that written agreement in order to preserve her rights and to evict in the future. But to be honest with you, she's going to have to evict her now without a written agreement is going to be almost impossible because she has no agreement. So if this woman decides she's not going to sign the agreement, your friend has very little she can do about it. So it's really, really, really serious if that other person wants to take advantage of her. What is your impression of this other person?
I've never met her. She says it's, a sorority sister of hers from many years ago.
Okay. Did your friend say, but your friend's not even clear. Your friend's not even clear on what expenses she's sharing.
No, not really.
Does your friend own this place or rent it?
No, she owns it.
Okay. Is it paid for?
Yeah.
Okay. So your friend has a place that she invited someone else into. Now she's trying to make an agreement after the fact. So in order to do that, she's going to have she has to get the cooperation of this woman.
Yes.
And if this woman wants to sign it, then your friend has something to go on. If this woman will not sign it, your friend is at her mercy. I hate to tell you that, but it used to be as a landlord or as an owner, we had rights. We don't have many rights right now once we invite someone into our home. We would literally have to evict them, literally.
Break when you can, buddy.
Listening to your program for as long as I have and hearing all the horror stories relative to that same kind of thing, I had told her that before she lets her move in, that she have an agreement.
That's right, but she didn't. So here's what you do. Have your friend write up an agreement and hope that the woman sign it. But the answer to your original question, does she need something in writing? Yes, but it might be too late. We got more coming right up. That's too bad, man. Woo.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
For the most part, a clear drive throughout the Denver Metro for your early afternoon commute. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. Over on the east end, looks like we've got some road work on Pena Boulevard southbound. Some stop-and-go traffic between Tower Road and 56th. Only adding a couple minutes to your drive if you're leaving the airport. I-70 east and westbound flowing free for the most part from the foothills to DIA and back again. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of one of the most legendary fights in congressional history and how it brought about a ban on dueling. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
You know, it's really nice to have someone to call if we need information on personal injury without an obligation to hire the attorney. Now, John Fuller, I'd be perfectly comfortable hiring him, but you can call first. He's the only PI that I know, private injury or personal injury attorney, that will talk to you up front without any obligation. So call and ask your questions about any injuries in an accident maybe you or your passengers or a loved one, and he'll answer them. If you like what you hear and want to hire him, there again is no obligation, but you can hire him and you'll still get personal access with his personal cell phone that you can call or text at any time. 303-597-4500. Call now, 303-597-4500.
That's not sports.
It is not.
Dragon, how could you screw up like that?
It even says Marty on it too.
Marty, beautiful. It was chilly this morning. When you got up, was it like 40?
Yeah.
Low 40s? It was chilly. It's like, summer's gone.
I think it's supposed to be pretty cold tomorrow too.
My mom did okay here, but by the end of the week, when I had Thursday and Friday off, it was really getting to her. If she wouldn't have brought her oxygen, holy crap. Um, she would not have been able to. We went to Park Meadows on Friday, because she wanted to, I guess, all the J. Jills, which are like old lady clothes, closed in California. And so there is one over at Park Meadows, and she's got like kind of one of those push carts, which is great, but she's a mess with it because she just will see something and be like, just leave it in the middle of the store and then walk over and look at something. And I'm like, Mother, what are you doing? So it was like, I would go with her and Adam would have to like grab the cart and try to, it was like, oh my God. And yeah, she didn't want to do a lot of shopping after that. After just going to J. Jill. So like, all right, whatever.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We are out of this world.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonihan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line.
She did okay though for an 84-year-old sea level person that hasn't been here in 7 years.
The weather wasn't too terrible either.
No, but she was still cold. She doesn't like the way that the house is, like it's at 70, but it doesn't feel like 70 degrees in California, because it's very dry. And, it was kind of like, well, you have to understand we have a dry climate. That means, even if we put the heat on, it's going to be, so she wanted to take my dog with her.
Poorly. No, not this one, no. I should, but I just never found, I don't golf enough to be a member anywhere, really.
And what's not to love? I mean, she's a little cuddle muffin.
Do you do it regularly?
Patients who have exhausted every means for relief are always welcome at QC Kinetics. In fact, tens of thousands
We're gonna have to go back to break.
I got into it for a little while, but it just takes so fucking long for a game. It's like I always think of other things I could be doing.
Yeah, I know, 67
Yeah, for like for 4 hours or more. By the time you sit down and have to correct words and all that. Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, K&H Home Solutions, your home for painters as well. That's right. You can depend on those painting pros, KHWindows.com. K&H Home Solutions, 65-year-old company for window siding, doors, and more. They also have painting if you're looking for it at khwindows.com. So Bob Logan is with us from Plumline Services, and I do have a question about heat pumps. Where do you stand on heat pumps, and have you been doing more heat pumps, Bob?
Yes, we've been doing quite a few more heat pumps.
Now, why is that? Is there an advantage over a furnace, or is it that, I mean, is it cheaper? Is it better? Why has there been a surge in heat pumps?
Well, with the electrification of everything, cars,
yes,
air conditioning, everything, that's why we're going to heat pumps. Now they do.
Is it a cheaper fuel than gas?
It's not. Gas is actually cheaper than electricity, but because of the efficiencies of a heat pump system and the way they operate, studies have shown that you will save money, even in Colorado, where our gas prices are really cheap. I have a dual fuel system in my house, so it uses gas or a heat pump.
Oh, really?
And
so when it uses
that's the majority of what we're
like
selling.
A regular
right?
furnace?
It's just like a regular furnace, right? Exactly. And then you can actually use the system to determine when it makes sense to use the heat pump versus the.
Now, what do you mean? It will know?
Right, because they're all communicating systems. They're very smart these days.
Really? So it will actually switch its fuel source
Correct.
from electricity to gas.
That's right.
What triggers that? The temperature or the? I mean,
I wish I knew that.
Does it read the? It doesn't know the rates you're paying.
Well, you do. You can plug in the rates.
No, fool.
Your kilowatts into your communicating system and what you pay on the rates. So whether it's using all that information, I don't know how the technology works, but it does go back and forth from electricity to gas. Now, I will tell people the reason we're selling so many right now, between the rebates, federal, state, the credits available, and then you can get up to $9,000 towards your system right now.
What, are you kidding me?
Between rebates and credits right now. And so
rebates and credits, $9,000.
So right. So again, a furnace and air conditioning system is a lot like a car. You have budget models, you got luxury models, and a lot in between. And because of the rebates, where most people might normally be able to afford a budget system or a mid-range system, now they can get the best system money will buy for the same price or less because of all the rebates available. So I strongly encourage anybody, if they even have an inkling that, you know what, I'm gonna have to replace my system pretty soon, get us out there for a free estimate. There's no obligation. If you don't want to use Plumline, you can use somebody else, but the rebates are going to be the same. Obviously, I want you to use us.
Obviously, yes. PlumlineServices.com. But here's what I want to ask you about this. So when it switches from gas to electric, as far as we, the homeowner, knows, it's totally transparent.
You don't know.
We don't do it. It's seamless.
You don't know anything. I don't know if I was at home all day, I couldn't tell you if it's using the heat pump or the gas at the time.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you notice any change in your bills?
I have noticed, because I just had these installed, I believe it was back in March or April. But I was actually just doing a comparison year over year. And now, again, the weather, I need to dig in and see, okay, was there some weather changes? But for the most part, I think they're pretty consistent to last year, and we've definitely seen a drop in our utilities. Now, is it going to be a big enough to drop to pay for the payment or the system? Because we offer financing as well, and a lot of times people will say, oh, it'll pay for the payment. That's not necessarily the case, but it will subsidize.
So you can finance these.
Yes. Yeah. We do financing for anything we do, even a small, if you want a toilet installed, we can finance it if you need it.
So when it comes to heat pumps with dual systems, it goes gas or electric. But what about heat pumps electric only? Are they good for a home in Colorado? It used to be they only went down to a certain temperature. What about now?
Yeah, now the technology is so good. I think the system I have will go up to 5 degrees below zero, and you can still use the heat pump system. So for those people who don't know what a heat pump system is, if you have a gas furnace, it's creating heat, and then it's blowing air past that heat in throughout your house,
past the heat exchanger. That's what a regular furnace does.
Right.
It has burners. The burners heat up the air inside the exchanger, and then the house air is blown over it.
That's correct. So with an air conditioning system, it's not actually blowing cold air into your house, it's removing heat from your house.
Right.
So by removing heat from your house, it makes your house colder. A heat pump works in exactly the opposite direction. Instead of removing heat from your house to the outside, it's pulling heat from the outside and bringing it back into your house. And so, again, you would think, well, 5 degrees below zero, how is it possible?
Right. How can it make heat?
And there is, regardless of how cold it is outside, there is heat in the atmosphere.
But it doesn't actually have electric heating coils? A heat pump?
No, it's not like
an electric furnace.
Right. It's
not like that.
Correct. It's actually, again, it's just working the opposite direction.
Like a reverse cycle air conditioner.
Correct.
And it can go to 5 below.
The system I have, I believe, is 5 below. I think it might be more than that. I say 5 below because I know for sure it's at least 5 below zero, which is crazy to think that there's heat in the atmosphere that you could pull from.
Bob, I heard, and I didn't ask you about this before, but I heard that at the end of this year, there's going to be a forced change to a totally different kind of heat pumps that are going to cost more and not be as effective as what we have today. What is that about? Have you heard anything about this deadline that's coming up?
There's a lot coming down the pike now. What you might be talking about, perhaps they'll be getting rid of the dual fuel systems towards strictly heat pumps.
Okay.
And
they may do that someday, you think?
I have no doubt they'll do that.
All right,
they want to get away from fossil fuels.
I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
Wow. Now, impact traffic.
For the most part, a clear drive throughout the Denver Metro for your early afternoon commute. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. Over on the east end, looks like we've got some road work on Pena Boulevard southbound, some stop-and-go traffic between Tower Road and 56. Only adding a couple minutes to your drive if you're leaving the airport. I-70 east and westbound flowing free for the most part from the foothills to DIA and back
when
again.
you consider
with
the
traffic
mining
on
and everything that goes into
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of a man whose name you know, but whose story you don't. H.J. Hines. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Excel Roofing is also doing Excel Lighting. Lighting up your home for any event, whether it be a holiday, a game day, a birthday, or just for architectural accents. That's Excel Roofing, and you can get a bid online for your house, an estimate, by going to Excel as in excellent, E-X-C-E-L, excelroofing.com. Literally thousands of colors, millions of combinations, all controlled by your smartphone and AI if you want. excelroofing.com. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney that I hope you never need. But here's what I love about Joe. He will answer all of your questions up front with no obligation if you're in trouble, whether a DUI, a traffic offense, an argument with a neighbor, or something else. Then you will want to talk to Joe Lazzara, Lazzara. And then once you talk to him, he'll quote a flat rate for your particular case. So you'll know the exact cost of everything from beginning to end. Lazzara, Lazzara. Find LazzaraLegal.com directly or on referralist.com or call 303-429-6200.
Yeah, I have a heat pump.
Alrighty, dude, it's been real.
Woohoo! The biggest changes are
I'll see you tomorrow.
Are we out of music? Are we out to music or what?
You got about a minute.
Okay, good. So I better get to this. I want to get to your serving people.
I'm ready when you are. Yeah,
Elusive, ghosty people.
he said it's because of the refrigerant, mandated refrigerant change.
Now,
I just assume it's going to be worse, and it will cost more. Right? When was the last time the regulatory changes gave us cheaper, better equipment?
Ever.
So.
Ever.
I was shocked to see how expensive it was going to be. $13,000.
What's that, Tim? Oh,
My heat pump, if I were to replace the heat pump in my loft, it's $13,000. And that's just for the mechanical work and the equipment. That doesn't include, like, I would do all the drywall patching and all that crap. But so, God, couldn't believe it.
yeah, well, it's not going to get cheaper. I can promise you that. And all the federal rebates end at the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now they'll probably come up with something else, but the current rebates all end December 31st.
is there a place called Any Lab Test now still?
I don't know, because Kimberly uses LabCorp. And that's where I went to get my blood drawn a couple of years ago.
I'm trying to find a place to make appointments.
LabCorp. Kimberly.
No,
made
with
the
her.
appointment for me.
Did they draw it right at her clinic?
She sent me. I wanted a special test, and she sent me. She made an appointment for me at LabCorp, and then they sent her the results.
Okay.
I can't see. I thought I used to be able to make an appointment. I thought, but
I don't know. Yeah, I had a very unusual test I requested to see. It tests for
appointments. There you go, brother.
Good. Congratulations.
Uh-huh. Well, okay. Now where are you?
Bob, are you stocking up on all of the older refrigerants?
No. Not really any more than normal.
Oh, okay.
They don't. She doesn't have anything here for just.
I just set my
To reopen and pay federal workers. Representative Lauren Boebert joins me with an update from the GOP side Monday on Ryan Schuling Live.
It's quaint and effective.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to talk to Dimitri now on serving people who are elusive or ghosty. What do you and how do you do it? Dimitri, you said you have some hacks or secrets.
You know, the secret is it's a very simple solution and not much of a secret. I do have, earlier this year, I did have 2 separate defendants in cases that just made themselves very difficult to serve. So Fuller recommended a company downtown called Pike Reporting Service.
Pike Reporting
Yeah, they're court reporting service, but one of the things they do is they also offer service of process. So once I filed my lawsuits, I dropped off the defendant's copies at Pike Reporting. They're downtown. I dropped one off. I mailed another one. You can also email them. $97.50 later, they had everybody served within, Tom, one guy took the next day and another guy took maybe 4 days.
No fooling.
Yeah, and then they automatically email me an affidavit of service and an invoice for their work. $97. And what I was going to tell Joe before we had to let him go in that call is that's all recoverable. So I eventually prevailed and I got judgments against both these defendants, and I recovered all of my costs, including mediation costs, which I understand is very unusual.
No, that's very cool. So that's something I'm going to look into for sure. Dimitri's helping me not with legal advice, but helping me with the logistics of small claims or county court, actually. And we'll talk about that tomorrow on the benefits of stepping it up to county court. We're out of time right now. Remember, save all your problems for me.
You're clear, buddy.
Thank you, man.
See ya.
See ya.
At Real Tom Martino. And stay